Now I'm getting excited.
Is everybody happy?
I like having fun.
We're gonna have some fun.
I like to laugh.
Is everybody happy?
I like having fun. Yes, I like to laugh. Is the life on Mars? Yes, my friends, we are back, and I hope everybody is up and shaking their butts. Get on up, Zoomers. Get on up, listeners. Everybody, pull your car over. Get out of the car and shout, I'm an office hours head. I'm an office hours head. I'm an office hours head. I do the office hours boogie. It is Thursday, November 10th, and we are live coming to you from Glendale, California. It's a chilly morning here, Doug.
Good horny.
Good horning to you, yeah. And I couldn't be happier to be here. What a great highlight of my week. As always, Victor Berger IV joining me behind
Let's
my
sip,
left
everybody.
shoulder. Let's sip, indeed. Let's take a sip of your beverage. Being respectful and quiet are my guests sitting to my left. And I will introduce now quickly. Robin Tran is here.
Hello.
Robin Tran, great comedian, roast master.
Get the applause around here.
How do you like to describe your style, if you know?
I guess I'm like a shitty trans woman.
Okay.
You know, just one that doesn't lazy, shitty. I don't know. I would say annoyed defiance.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we
Thank you.
finally got you in here.
Yes.
You have
yes.
free reign to do, say, be anything you want to be in this room today. If you want to roast me, if you want to take me to task on anything, please.
No.
I get it.
No?
No, I think what everything you're doing is great.
Okay.
I need time to roast people. I need to do research.
Okay.
And then use empathy for evil, essentially, and just try to figure out what would actually like really hurt your feelings.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
stew on that as I continue through the. And last but not least, this is, and no disrespect to how I set you up,
No,
because I think there is a hierarchy.
Yes, and
to guests
I am
today.
below. Yes, I am beneath.
See, now I'm starting to take shots.
Go ahead. You're punching down.
You know him, you love him. I don't know what the hell he's doing here because he's got to be so busy. He's on the road, but he's in my garage right now. Bret McKenzie is here from Bret McKenzie. I'm not even identifying you as the Flight of the Conchords. I'm not even going to go there.
Okay. Yeah, it's awesome.
Quiet now.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great. I'm psyched to be here. I got a little lost.
What happened?
I got to the garage. I was like, what?
Well, don't give
Where's-
any address away.
Okay, I won't give it. Somewhere in California.
You went to our undisclosed location.
Yeah,
It must
yeah.
be kept.
I missed. I went past the bunker.
Were you
I
in
was
San Francisco last night?
Last night we played me and my band played the Fillmore gig last night. Then we drove down on the bus, woke up here.
Did you? That's how it goes. Somebody told me your bus broke down.
The bus broke down in the mountains between Salt Lake City and Portland. Spent a day up in the snow waiting for a
Jeez.
diesel mechanic, but it was quite good.
Any cannibalism happening?
No, we talked about who in the band we should eat.
The Donner Party.
Have you ever eaten anybody? Not sexually or anything like that, just sort of like...
Not to survive,
yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah. Oh,
A couple
really?
of times, yeah. In New Zealand, that's often we get lost out in the wilderness. And, yeah,
Is there wilderness in New Zealand?
there's a couple of forests.
All right. Well, you have got a new album out. We're going to be talking about that. You have brought the band, of whom we don't know who remains. Is that how you say that sentence? Of whom we don't know.
I brought the remains of the band who made it through the mountains.
Not the drummer, though. Do you have a drummer?
Drummer didn't come. Yeah.
He ate him yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always eat the drummer. So it's going to be a packed show. But I always feel like I have things to say at the top of the show, but then I feel bad because my guests are sitting here just watching me.
Monologue.
Yeah,
Monologue.
I used to do
Come on.
I started doing this monologue, and it was a one-joke monologue, and it was very unpopular.
Yeah.
One of the jokes was Vic refused to understand the joke itself. He was committed to the idea that it didn't make sense on a fundamental level. I don't remember what it is.
You don't remember what it was?
Do you have any jokes?
Do I have any jokes? No, I have nothing. I'm just in a haze of hour in traffic and just like really panicked.
Where
about
were you
being
coming
late.
from? No address, please.
Well, I actually texted this address on the internet. Is that okay? Because other people are actually going to come by and say hi.
I've
No,
been
I'm kidding.
doxxed. I've been doxxed before. It's fine. We know how to deal with it. Sorry, I just had to take a sip.
No, it's okay.
Well, let me just make a couple of show announcements. By the way, I don't know if people are watching this show. I mean, I think they are. People talk about it. You know, right, Matt? There's a buzz about this show.
Many are talking.
But this fall of this broadcast, it's got to be the best show out there. I mean, and I'm not saying that out of disrespect to the best show, which I need to get to, because the big news is next week, me and Tom Sharpling are going to be. Do you know Tom Sharpling? Best show. You got to get on this. You don't know Tom Sharpling?
Nope. No, I'm sorry.
Tom, take note. Take note of who doesn't know you.
Does Tom know who Robin Tran is?
I bet he does.
Of course.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Everybody knows you. I'm just saying, since September, I just want to roll this off real quick. Tenacious D. Now, you heard of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
That was wicked.
Oh, wait, let me back up for a second. I am going to be hosting the best show with Tom Sharpling
How's
next
everybody
week.
doing?
That's
Not
who's
with Tom
good.
Sharp.
Oh, I know who Tom is.
Yeah,
Not with Tom Sharp.
I just found out like 10 seconds ago.
now you know.
Nice.
I'm filling in for Tom, and Tom's filling in for me. So you're going to have Tom here next Thursday. You're going to be confused because you're like, who is this guy? But not you. And that's pretty exciting.
That's what people said when I came out too. They're like, "Who is this?"
Came out.
You're gonna be
in what way?
confused. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
I
confused.
see.
Yeah, it's a trans joke.
Do you want him to do like his impression of Tim? Or how do you want Tom to do it?
I don't care. It's up to him. He's told me privately that he's going to burn this show down. He is going to say things that will get us banned, and it's a kamikaze mission from
No disrespect.
We'll just get our blue check mark removed.
Not Japanese, but it's close enough.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to play at your level right now.
Yes, I do. I do punch down a lot.
Anyways, but listen, Matt and Bret, not so much Robin. Tenacious D, Alyssa Limperis, of course, Jay Weingarten, Eric Bauza, Money Mark, Reggie Watts, Chapo Trap House, Daniel Romano, Adam Conover, Adam Curtis, Chelsea Peretti. Like, this has just been in this past couple months.
There's no one left.
There's no one left. That's the angle he takes.
We've done them all.
Glass,
Go back around again. Start
You gotta bring him back.
glass half empty, loosen hop.
That's not.
And
my-
now Bret McKenzie and Robin Tran. What a show.
I got mistake. I thought you were talking about Tenacious Z.
This is Generation Z?
No, what was it? Jack Black, right?
Yeah.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
No, Tenacious D.
Yeah. Oh, there was an original. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Wait, you
now
thought they were
you're-
called Tenacious Z?
I think it's interesting. You had in the early
That's
2000s.
the covers band.
In the early 2000s, you had Tenacious D and you had the Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, we were
Coming
like same crew, same
What
sort of
was
comedy team.
what was the
What was going on?
was that a rivalry?
They were slightly ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because they had a show on.
HBO.
Yeah, they had a show set in LA, and that's why the Conchords show was set in New York to make it.
You're the
different to
East
Tenacious-
Coast.
Yeah, with the East Coast Tenacious
East Coast
D.
Tenacious D. A little kinder, gentler, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A little more huggable.
Slightly psychedelic. Yeah.
Well, it's a tremendous run. What does that mean?
Thank you.
But you're. Well, the other thing I wanted to mention, and apologies for going on this, not related to you subject, if you don't mind.
No, pleasure. Please
And
do.
please respect this.
Okay.
I just wanted to take a minute and honor and shout out and respect the great Joe Estevez. If you're watching, you know Joe Estevez is a big part of the On Cinema world. He, this last episode that aired yesterday, there's a scene in there. Joe fucking slays. It's one of the funniest little moments from this man. You can watch it now on highnetwork.tv. But Joe is near and dear to our heart. We love Joe. And I asked him for permission to mention this. This is not a bit. Last year, we of course, always wanted Joe for our Oscar special. But Joe was battling cancer. And it was, he had to go through the whole chemotherapy thing and recover. And he recovered successfully. He's back. He beat it. I hate when people say they beat cancer. I think that's true. That's kind of disrespectful to people that don't. But he did, for lack of a better way to discuss it. And he came back raring, and we're just so happy. And I just want to shout out to Joe Estevez for being the greatest. Watch the new episode because his performance in that is so fucking good. And we love you, Joe. So
He's the best of the Estevezes.
He is.
well,
All of them.
we're not ranking
Machines.
Estevezes.
Well, if we had to.
Thought you were about to do another
Moment of silence.
Yeah.
You won't rank Estevez's, but you rank Bret and then me.
Yes.
That's okay. You only rank your guests
In
to
person.
their
Well, they're not
face.
here to defend themselves.
Would you put him above Sheen?
Oh,
Charles?
definitely.
Okay.
It's hard to. I mean, Marty Sheen is top Sheen.
Marty, is that you guys
Marty,
buddies?
yeah.
You call it Marty? That's cool.
Where was I, Matt? Who knows? Anything else I need to discuss?
No business.
All right. Well, then that's our show. Thank you guys for coming in.
All right. Well, it was nice. It was an hour in traffic, and it's been a pleasure to.
No, let's watch your Twitter numbers go through the roof after this. Are you one of these people that are staying on Twitter?
I don't know. I mean, my old account got banned, so I have no idea. Like it's.
You have a new account that we should be promoting?
Well, it's like Robin Tran backup, but it's like and I
Back it up.
and I just had a backup account. I don't know. It's like I think that it's like if you don't get verified now, it's like your email going to a spam folder. I think that's
Yeah.
so it's like I don't know. I'll be on it, but I'm not really going to use it anymore.
Are you on this service, Twitter?
Never really used Twitter, no.
How do you communicate with your audience, or
I've
don't
just
you?
started using Instagram,
Instagram.
and
yeah.
that's been quite fun.
Parlor. You're on Parlor, famously.
Parlor.
Oh,
Truth. It does seem to be a mess. They've launched this way you can buy a verification now
Yeah, for $8.
for $8, and it's a total mess.
Yes.
My mentions are just full of blue check marks that are nonsense people, and
Yeah, people are buying and then they're like doing like a fake Nintendo account.
Yeah.
They're just like using their names to do fake corporate accounts, and I think this is
I saw that for what's his name, King James. What's that basketball player?
yeah LeBron James.
LeBron
Yeah.
James. Yeah, somebody made it look like he's like looking for a new team or resigning or whatever.
this doesn't seem to be a good strategy because somebody wrote on Twitter, the beauty of this new policy is that somebody wrote this on Twitter with a verified badge, and their name is Goose Labu. I don't know, just
Nice.
The beauty of this is each account that gets verified pays $8. Twitter keeps the money and suspends the account. It's genius, and I hope more folks do this. It's free money for Twitter. Elon Musk responded with a target, a smiley face, and a bag of money.
Oh wow, that's wonderful.
So-
What a cool guy.
Sounds like a good long-term plan. It's fun. I listened to him yesterday. They did this town hall kind of Twitter Spaces where we can listen. You know, it's
Yeah.
like an interview with him. And it's very confusing because he comes across sounding very reasonable and like thoughtful about these issues. And he answered a lot of questions. And like there's a version of him that's together and seems like he's trying to do the right thing. And then it's that like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. Then when he actually uses the thing, he's like a complete psychopath.
Yeah.
And I think he's like showing his whole ass too by like tweeting so much and just showing his brain is not really that, that above us. He's not that much of a genius as he likes to say.
I relate to that specific part of it though.
Yeah.
Just that, in real life I'm kind of, okay, but on Twitter I'm a psychopath.
That's true.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
So I get,
it brings
but
the
I'm
worst
also
out
not a
of it.
billionaire who owns.
I'm
the-
terrible.
Right.
I'm mean.
I'm very mean on
I'm
Twitter.
mean and like get very angry quickly.
Yeah.
But that's not how I am in my right, Vic?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that Elon picture you're putting up, I did like a Photoshop where he looks like
jeez.
a Hammer brother on Mario. I took like just like a little helmet and
How do you get your body to do that?
Rib
Puffed.
implants.
You've been a lot of air imported
He's
into
got the
his-
popcorn lung from the vaping.
Yeah.
All right. I guess somebody just know Jesus Christ has now been verified. You have at
great.
Jesus here.
he has
so-
12 followers. Get it?
All
right.
I get it.
Thank
The
you, everybody.
apostles.
All right, everyone, have a good day.
All right. No, let's take a Zoomer. I'm sure everyone wants to ask Brit questions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I get fooled into calling you Brit,
Brett.
but it's Brett.
It's Brett.
Re-
Brett.
Are you living in America or are you living in New Zealand?
Living in New Zealand, in Wellington. I haven't left the country for years because of COVID, so it's pretty buzzy being
wretched?
back over here. Yeah.
You got kids? You got kids.
3 kids.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Nice to be away.
It's pretty fun.
Valerie and Jeff.
What was that?
Valerie and Jeff have a topic.
Oh, these guys are going to be. You know what they're going to be doing.
Giving them
Show
a
what you're going to be playing. But that's not fair because that's
For what?
Australia.
No, that's
Oh, I
Vic's
did.
drop.
Oh, that was me.
Living in a
just
land
to-
down
it's the
under.
closest
That's-
I had.
It's still down
Colin
under.
Hay. It's still down under. I'll take it. I accept that. I like it. I like it.
Colin Hay sat in that very chair about 6 months
Colin
ago.
Hay's so good, right?
He's so great.
Yeah.
Matt, do we have a Zoomer that wants to say good morning?
Valerie,
Colin.
yeah, Valerie and Jeff.
Valerie!
Hi, Brett, huge fan. I saw you in 2006 in Austin at the South by Festival that you guys turned into a documentary and was like a huge fan from day one. So super excited to get the documentary.
Jesus Christ. Just because you said fucking Austin, they get the
We live in
southern-
Denver. We're not from Austin, don't worry.
okay.
But anyway, we're going to New Zealand actually in 2 months for our
Yeah, you
10
can come and
wedding
stay. You can come
anniversary.
and stay. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, just wondering like, what's
What's
the
my
one
address?
thing that? What's your address? What's Sam Neill's address? But basically, what's the one thing we shouldn't miss out on? We have like an extra day in Queenstown, so we were wondering anything around there that you could recommend.
Yeah, I really like. There's a town called Paradise where you go
Okay.
south of Queenstown. There's this beautiful old sort of tens of thousands of year old beech forest. You can walk through there, and it's where they filmed the. You sort of walk through, and there's like moss that's grown for like 100,000 years. So you go these walks, and then that's where they filmed all the Lord of the Rings kind of foresty scenes.
Nice.
It's pretty.
Your scene, they filmed your
it's
scene
pretty,
in there.
It's pretty rad in there.
We went there,
Oh.
right? Remember, Tim?
I don't remember that.
Wow.
I would say there's a few things you want to avoid. Don't do that jet boat thing.
Yeah, the jet boat
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
We just canceled it.
don't get it. Don't do
Yeah,
the jet boat.
Some people die on the
do
jet
the
boat.
luge though. The luge is fun.
Oh, you
We're
have been?
doing-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't go to the
Bungee
southern
jumping.
part
you
of
didn't
the
come.
island.
That was just me and Eric.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, yeah, the luge is rad. Yeah. Really
Oh,
cool.
okay.
The luge
Dang.
is
That's
fun.
good to know.
Yeah.
We're doing bungee jumping, so that'll be a good experience, I think.
Yeah,
That looks absolutely
that'd be good.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Don't do
Sweet.
that.
Well, safe
But if I
travels.
die, like,
Yeah.
I gotta do it from high enough that if I fail, I die.
No one's died there though. I
okay,
checked.
okay.
All right.
No one's ever died in New Zealand, though.
Thank you so much.
No one's ever done
Thank
that.
you.
No.
Very old
Robin, I'm a
population.
big fan of yours too.
Vic told me this right before you walked in that you were in one of the you were in the Hobbit.
I was an elf. Yeah, but
Wait,
to be
you
fair,
you were
Tim,
you weren't
to be-
in the Will Ferrell movie Elf. You were
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
no,
an
I
elf.
was an elf. Yeah,
Okay.
I wish I was an elf. But to be fair, the majority of New Zealanders were in the movie.
What? Tell me about being in the. It's the Hobbit, though, right? The lesser films.
Everyone in Wellington, you go to the casting place, and they had 3 silhouettes, like 3 lines drawn on the wall.
Yeah.
One was short. If you were short, you were a hobbit. If you were tall and thin, you were an elf. And if you were really big and strong, you were an orc.
Right.
And they were like, go through that door. Go through.
Did you?
Like,
No. Did
literally
they?
everyone. My brother was an elf. My dad was a king.
Did you know?
Joe Rogan was in the movie, right?
he was
the shortest elf in the movie.
That's right. Keep going with that.
He's an orc.
He was an orc.
An orc.
He was the smallest orc. No, they knew who you were.
What?
They knew who you were when they cast you in that movie.
No, I was just a local dude.
No,
Local
come on.
skinny, I was a local skinny, thin dude who looked elfin.
Here's a good question. Did you have lines in the movie?
First movie I had no lines.
Yeah.
Second movie I had 1 line.
So you get the residuals.
Yeah, I get the residuals. Yeah. I think I get like 50
What's your
cents.
line? Do you remember it?
I talked to Liv Tyler. I go, my lady, we cannot delay. That's what I said. You remember it?
See, I would
You don't
be,
remember that?
See, I didn't. You know what?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I had that movie memorized.
This is controversial probably because in the on cinema world we always joke about the Lord of the Rings, but I genuinely love the Lord of the Rings movies.
Great.
But the Hobbit movies,
A little wonky.
not so
a bit
great.
Wonky,
Yeah. So I didn't make it to the second Hobbit movie, so I didn't get to see your performance.
I'll send you a copy. That's
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know. It's that whole thing where it was like shot at a weird format, on a weird
so
format.
your eyes have kind of flicking
Yeah.
weirdly. Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like you're watching an old like Lifetime movie.
It's like shot on like a sports camera.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a hustle, though, right? The Hobbit is such a good little book, right?
Yeah. And then they
I mean,
stretched it out.
One movie would have been pretty great.
Yeah.
But they made 3.
I couldn't tell. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know who I was supposed to care about. What the hell was? It already seemed like they had found the ring, or was it set before the Lord of the Rings? I don't know.
Yeah, it's before, so you already knew what was going to happen.
Right.
That's the problem, eh? There's no tension. There's no tension.
Well, congratulations on that movie that Tim hates or didn't watch. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Not like he made it or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, send me a clip of that one line you did.
Yeah, I will.
Send me an MP3 file.
It's powerful stuff.
I'm not kidding about those residuals. I did one line in that Bridesmaids movie, and those checks keep coming in. You ever been in a movie?
No, I haven't. Thank you.
Let's do the city of the day, right? This is a good part of the time to do the show. Watch how I get this right, boys. The city of the day is brought to you by Christian Bale. No one wants to see a holy man behind bars, so thank God for Christian Bale. The bail service made for Christians, by Christians. We believe preachers and pastors should never be locked up with a bunch of demons. They need to be doing the Lord's work. That's why Christian Bale will offer the cash to get them back at their pulpits, preaching the gospel in no time. Doesn't matter if you've accidentally stolen from your flock, defrauded your congregation, or have been falsely accused of molesting a child by liberal devils. Christian Bale is there to secure your freedom and justice. Blessed news!
Bless
You look so not comfortable with this.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. It's a play on the actor Christian Bale.
Called Christian Bale. He's endorsed it though. He loves it.
It's coincidentally he is for it, but it is no official affiliation. Christian Bale.
He's paid for this.
Yeah.
He's paid for this.
Christian Bale customers will receive a free copy of Christians Later. Oh, Christians Later. Christian Slater.
Christian Slater.
The Christian adult magazine that any disciple would covet. Christians Later features revealing pictorials of the most libidinous passages from the Bible. So next time you're locked up, let your prayers be answered by texting, "I did not sin" to 926 heaven. That's I did not sin to 926 heaven. What is that supposed to be? That's just a random number.
That's
There's
just a
no
number.
wordplay in there.
That's
You're
the number
delivering
that-
this like your fake special.
You better
Like
have
parts
some
of this, you
Jesus
sound
That's
like
who I
a-
am.
this is not
I
a
mean,
fake special.
I don't pre-read these.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, these are official, so I wish these were satire.
No, this is not satire. I just don't do my homework. Who is the city of the day, Matt?
Bip. Take it away, Bip.
Hello. My guess is that the city of day is Galway, Ireland.
Your guess?
He's guessing.
Galway, Ireland.
Is it or is it not? You determine what the city of the day is.
Oh, I get to sit. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Why
It's
not?
not a game.
It's the city you're in. You can't just pick a city. It's the city
Oh,
you're
okay. I
in.
didn't realize that. I guess it is Galway, Ireland then.
Yeah.
That's the same. Okay.
Is that where you are?
Yes.
All right.
Are you Warren Miller, the ski movie director?
I am not.
Oh,
That
okay.
is not me. I have directed a few short films. You probably haven't seen them.
No.
Low budget. Many people have not.
What are you doing? Go away.
Well, I wrote a book. Actually, thank you for letting me promote it back in March when I first released it. But
Oh,
I just
yeah.
had my official launch of it on the weekend because there was an Irish vegan gala and they invited me to launch my book there because I'm a local, well-known vegan around these parts. So it was great fun.
Local, well-known vegan.
Yeah.
What's your book called?
Horse to the future. You have to come over here.
What's
My
some-
daughter wants to say hello.
What is some Irish
Hi.
vegan food that you can?
Hi.
What does that taste like?
Hello.
What's it like having a
Probably
nutty
don't
dad?
remember me.
What's that
You
there?
probably don't remember me. A couple of years ago, I was crying when I was a baby.
What?
Yeah.
You're on the
show?
show. On the show.
On the show?
On the show, I
Wait.
called in and she was crying in the background.
Aw. Well, look at how you've grown.
And you said, would somebody please shut that kid up?
Okay, thank
But
you.
it was a joke. She knows it was a joke.
Yes. Well, I love seeing stable fathers out there. I think we need more.
How many other well-known Irish vegans are there?
Oh, I don't know. There's a good few. There's a lot of vegans I find in entertainment. A lot of writers, a lot of musicians, a lot of actors. So
Is
it
your
was
book
good. It
about
was-
being vegan? What's the book about? I don't remember.
No, it's a comedic. It's a comedic novel. It's in the vein of Flann O'Brien, John Kennedy Toole,
Oh,
Hunter
nice.
S. Thompson.
Well, so it's out. Can people read it? I'm so just confused. I'm just confused.
Yes, it's out now. People can read it. You can find it on Amazon. Norse to the Future.
Don't ask me to do the audiobook, by the way. I'm not interested.
What food? What vegan
Do it
food
now.
is there?
We'll do it now.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Irish food. How do you? What is that like haggis and stuff?
That's Scotland. How dare you?
Yeah,
It's the land up.
No, the thing about Ireland is anything you order, they put potato chips with it. The whole time you go get
Yeah.
a sandwich, they put the little pile of potato chips, like you might get a side salad.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, there's a little pile of chips with every meal.
Chips
You-
or crisps?
That's the correct
Crisps.
the
You have
correct
too
way
much-
to serve everything.
Do you have too much potatoes now? Before you didn't have any.
Yeah.
You got.
Yeah, that
They're
was
traumatized
a
by it. They're
famine.
overcompensating.
Yeah.
How do they make the vegan blood pudding?
That's Scotland
Oh,
as
they
well.
do
Oh,
make
shit.
that.
It's just that
And
red.
actually-
It's that red dye they use at Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just oatmeal, I think, mostly.
I guess I don't know what a single Irish food
I
is
can't
besides
think.
McDonald's.
That's Scottish too, isn't
Fish
it?
and chips.
What's the difference? Because you're MAC, right, Brett? Or you
MC,
MC?
yeah.
What's the difference between an MAC and an MC?
I don't think there's much difference.
An MC is the rapper, and the MAC is the laptop that he sings into.
The what?
Okay, I just brought it to a
I
screeching
actually had the same thought, so I'm glad I didn't say it out loud. Like literally the same exact joke in my head.
Yeah, what is an Irish classic Irish meal?
Irish stew?
Irish stew, yes.
Yeah, there's
Guinness,
like
a
Guinness, right?
Six
Yeah,
pack of
Guinness.
beer.
Yeah, and maybe a vegan fish and chips. So like a fried tofu with chips, kind of a thing.
I was in Dublin years ago, and I just felt like, well, I could be in Boston. Like, there's no, you go to this famous Irish pub, and it's just the same shit you get over here. It's not like, it doesn't feel like you've left your culture. It feels
But
like
no, but in
yours.
places like Galway, I think it's Galway, that like in Dublin, there's that street that is a bit like Boston.
Yeah.
That's almost like a tourist street
Cobblestone.
for Americans who go to Dublin.
Right.
But then once you go to Galway, the pubs are full of like these amazing folk musicians who are just jamming out.
See, I need to
late
get
into
out
the
of the-
night.
I need to
It's
get
really
out.
beautiful.
Are you going to read this Bono book?
No, but I was at the premiere of Banshees of Inisherin, and I was on the red carpet, and Bono walked by me, and it was a very surreal moment.
I bet.
Is Bono gonna make us all download it on our phones without our consent?
I was reminded of that. I was sitting
show
next
up on all our phones.
Yeah, what the fuck? I didn't.
Can you
download
bring up the? This bears reminding. The cover of that album. Do you remember the cover of the album that everyone downloaded? That had to download.
That came onto our phone,
Yeah.
into iTunes automatically.
Can you picture it in your head?
Is it Bono with sunglasses?
No. It's going to
airport or
shock you.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember either.
Oh, are you going?
What?
Are you going to? You're going to remember it immediately because it was seared into our brains.
Oh, it's this. Whoa.
Matt's going to bring it up on the screen.
Gotta find that.
It's very strange. And the audience now at home is looking at it. I know what it is. I can picture it. They're like ahead of the game. All right. What the hell's taking so long to find a
They're all
fucking album?
tiny. They're all like, there you go. It's a little pixelated. But.
Watch
Jamie,
this.
Jamie, pull it up.
That's it.
Wait, that's
Oh
his
my
son,
god,
right?
is that
That's
it?
not the album.
Yes, it is!
Not.
Dude,
Who's he hugging?
that's either Clayton or Mullen. I don't know which.
That's Clayton, I think.
No, it's
No,
Mullen.
that's Mullen.
Oh,
Clayton's the bassist.
oh yeah.
Wait, is Clayton sucking off Mullen?
That's Larry.
Ed just thinking we should.
Is that Bono? Is that Bono down the bottom?
No.
not.
So let me just make
It's
this
Boner.
joke.
It's
The
Boner.
Edge is the Edge is thinking maybe we should be mulling this over a little more before we go. But
Mullen is edging Boner.
no, but from what I understand, that's Mullen with his arms wrapped around his son's waist. That's a father. What's the name of the album, Matt?
Songs of Innocence.
Ironic.
Wow.
About to give his own son a blowjob. That's awful. I know that's not your sense of humor, Brett.
Oh, Tim, can I ask you a Joe Estevez question?
I've moved on from that, but sure.
Did you ever ask him about working on Apocalypse Now?
No, but the story, I mean, we've talked about it. The story is that Joe Estevez, whose brother is Martin Sheen, did a lot of the narration and the voiceover narration in Apocalypse Now because his brother was incapacitated for some reason.
My dad worked on Apocalypse Now, but he was like there.
Oh, really? Some of those napalm scenes.
He got out of there, you know. He didn't like this movie very much.
Jesus Christ. All right, enough with you, Bip. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've caused nothing but trouble on the show today. All right, Matt, let's take a hotline call. I like the hotline calls these days.
Need 1 sec. I forgot to pull it up today.
How's the tour been going generally?
Man, it's been so fun.
Is it really?
It's been so fun. And actually, we played a gig in, I think it was
Galway?
St. Paul.
St.
And
Paul?
Someone in the audience goes, so I do a bit in the show where I talk to the audience about, I write a song with the audience.
Oh,
and like
that's a good idea.
Ask for like you should try, it's fun. And but there's two people at the front, they said, we came here tonight, the last show we went to was Tim Heidecker's show. And
what did they say? What was the follow-up?
Well, they said, you do a bit in your show, you say, who came here alone tonight?
Yeah.
And they got up. They were the two people that got up. They'd come to the show alone.
Yeah.
And you brought them together.
Yeah.
Then, 2 months later at my show, they randomly have been seated next to each other.
Oh my god.
So the last time they saw each other was when you brought them
my
on
show?
stage at your show.
Oh,
and then they
that's
sit
so
down to
great.
watch my show and they're sitting next to each other. And so they said, it's crazy. And the guy is so excited. And the woman is really not that excited.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, it was a really cool moment.
This is not fate. That's what she was telling him.
That's always a beautiful moment on our show. There's people that come to the show alone, and I want them to feel welcome and have a good time. And,
So you bring them up on stage?
Yeah.
And then they meet each other?
I make them kiss.
Yeah, great, yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Well, that's nice. That theater in St. Paul, I'm trying to picture it.
It's where they do Prairie Home
Yeah,
Companion.
the beautiful theater. How's your health on the road?
It's holding up. It's getting a little flaky now, but
Yeah.
so far so good. 5 weeks in.
And how is it? Because you and I are almost in like a similar career trajectory.
I know the weird thing of like going from doing a comedy show to like a more of a music show.
Yeah.
The audience are mostly confused about what's going on.
Really?
Yeah. But then
You win them over.
I win them over, but they part of them is like, what's he up to?
Yeah.
What is this thing? Is that what you found?
Yeah.
But you're further in. You've done a few albums, but the audience once they get into it, and the show ended up being, the show is actually pretty. It ends up being quite funny. It's hard.
Well,
not
that's
to
what
do
you
jokes.
can't help but be funny.
Once you start talking
Yeah.
and interacting with the crowd, it gets pretty.
Now, are you strict about you don't do any Conchord songs?
I do one Concord song, which is the audience are thrilled to hear.
Right.
Because
Well, humble brag this guy is. I can't just help be funny, you know?
Yeah, well,
I open
it's-
my mouth, the comedy just comes out.
Well, you know,
I'm not even trying.
I mean, I'm not even doing jokes. Just
Yeah.
like going,
Yeah.
you know, just that sort of stuff. Like, where are you
Yeah.
from? What are you up to? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
just like random
Second
stuff.
nature.
Well, I think once you're in a music gig, you know the way when bands start talking, it's often quite funny.
Yeah.
It's not the same as a comedy setup. If you're in a comedy club, what I'm doing would not be okay.
Right.
In a music venue,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
can just talk about sort of little things that are happening.
You're so nice. You don't yell at anybody or anything like that.
No, I'm quite polite. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good move. I think it's a smart move.
It's been super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Trevor and I, this massive band, got like 8 people in the band.
Are you? Do you have an opening act?
Nah, just do 2 sets.
too.
Because also when you go to a show, I don't like opening acts anyway. I get down like, how much longer do I have to
And
wait?
no offense, and this is this great way for a younger band or a smaller band to get exposure and be seen. But the people going to these shows just want to see the show that they.
That's my buzz as well. And then also, people haven't been going out that much. So you kind of, well, a lot of my audience also, you got like, if you're at my age, you're like, you want to go home pretty much. As
Oh,
soon
I
as you
can't
get
wait
there.
for as soon as I go to see a show, I can't wait to leave.
Yeah. I prefer to just like, even in comedy, I just prefer to kind of just come out and just do my hour. And
Yeah.
If it's a really good hour, they'll be happy, and then they'll
Everyone's happy if it's shorter, right?
Now I do something different because I am my opening act. I come out and do the stand up, do my
that's
stand up
cool, that's
character for
cool.
30 minutes or so. But you have 2 sets worth of material.
I do 2 sets.
They're 15-minute sets though.
yeah,
He's like the Beatles. Shea Stadium.
they're like TikTok sets. Yeah, they're 2.5 minutes.
Just a medley. You just get to the chorus. And you go to the next one.
I like those old bands. Like, who would be a good band like this that had like one hit and they end up doing they do that song twice in their set? Who's a good example of that?
Close.
Oh, who did that?
Oh, do you
Dexy's
remember?
Midnight Runners.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah.
like Chubby Checker did like the twist, and his next song was like Twist Again.
I know all
This is-
about it.
Dude, this is his.
This is my wheelhouse.
I'm
here.
obsessed with that.
Have you ever heard the Texas twist? That's
No.
very good.
Is that-
there's
is that a
there's
real thing?
oh, yeah.
Do you have your
All of
do you have your Chubby Checker news ready?
Yeah, I got some music news.
We don't plan this show, folks.
No, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Robin brought this up out of her own
Wow.
head, but we do have some breaking Chubby Checker news. We're going to go to Vic now with some breaking music news.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's good.
I think this is.
I wasn't going anywhere.
I think
I
it's
think you
breaking
threw
from.
him a life raft.
Yeah.
This is a new story from 1989, I believe. It was the twist with a twist. Chubby Checker came to Morris County to sing some of his fabled tunes. But by the time the Oldies concert at Parsippany Hills High School ended, the MC was bleeding, the crowd was unhappy, and Checker had left the building.
Checker.
Yeah, so
Checker.
I've been doing this now for over 21 years. MC Ronnie Italiano, who goes by the stage name Ronnie, said yesterday, I never ever had this before. Problem started when organizers introduced Checker. He didn't come out. 2 other Oldies bands, Eugene Pitt and the Jive 5 and the Delmonics, who had just played about 1,000 people. Italiano, who owns Clifton Music Center in Clifton and who booked the other acts, said Checker's bodyguard was ironing some pants.
No, as they do.
And told him the musician would be out when he was ready. After about 15 or 20 minutes, Checker took the stage, but stopped in the middle of his second song, The Hucklebuck. Police witnessed. A woman in the audience was videotaping the performance, and Checker asked her to stop. When she continued, he threatened her. Police said the woman's husband then yelled at Checker. About 1/3 of the audience got up and left. Checker's got a certain humor. I'm trying to see what else here. So the man said Checker's contract specified no video cameras would be allowed at a show.
Imagine videotaping something in
wow.
1989, though. That's like a big deal.
Right, right.
It's like Chappelle even back then. Put your cameras in this bag. Yeah.
Put your cameras in this giant safe.
So then, Checker, who was on stage about 6 feet above Italiano, grabbed the cord to the microphone and yanked it. The cord tore, and it cut Italiano's hand.
Oh.
Italiano, in turn, said he
Italiano.
There's no way that's a real name,
I know, Italiano. So, in turn, he threw the microphone at Checker, hitting him in the chest. After some pushing and shoving.
This is like Altamont.
This is insane. Yeah. Checker left the stage, and Italiano started making cracks to the audience about Checker. Officials said Checker then came out from behind the curtain to challenge Italiano. That's when patrolman Vince Policastro and Sean Clark got on stage and separated the two men. Neither Checker nor Italiano wanted to press charges. So.
Wow, it was like Apocalypse Now there, huh?
Yeah.
On that stage.
I feel like they were really
Thank you.
setting it up with the bodyguard ironing the pants. I thought something was going to happen with that iron.
Exactly.
The old misdirect.
Yeah.
Who's the other artist that's like known for being chubby?
Oh, well, it's
Fats
Fats Domino.
Domino.
Fats
He
Domino.
totally
So
just
is he the
ripped off-
original?
No, Fats
Yeah, Fats is the original. Fats is the real deal.
Yeah.
And then what comes next after? So Fats, Chubby, Domino, Checker. Right. It's a 1-to-1.
Right.
But Vic loves Chubby
I
Checker.
love Chubby.
Do you love him genuinely, or is
No.
it just?
I wonder if there's other knockoffs.
Is that, did you know that story? Is it the Chubby Checker story where he did a show, he's been booked to do a set, and he finished after 55 minutes, and they left the building. They're like, no, you said you contracted for 60 minutes, and he goes, I would have been 60 minutes if the drummer hadn't played so fucking fast.
Oh my god,
Is that true?
that sounds about right. That could be him. Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, we had some interactions with Chubby over the years.
Yeah. What was the? We tried to get him on this special we were doing, and what was their
It was
counter?
we just wanted because we were in Philadelphia where he lives, and we were gonna stop by and do a 5-minute interview. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it, but it's going to cost you $150,000." And then we're like, "Well, we don't have that kind of
your
budget."
budget is $125,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And oh man, $150?
Yeah.
That's worth it.
So we've got $150.
Yeah, that's more like it.
So we countered with $1,500, and he said, "No, it's not going to work." Now it's going up to $1 million, and I won't dance, and he's not going to do the twist for us.
No twist.
So it didn't work out.
Speaking of, you brought his name into the conversation. What about this Dave Chappelle hosting SNL, huh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like the funniest episode.
It's been really funny this year.
Yeah. He's gonna give a dramatic monologue, and it'll get as many laughs as the entire show.
This there was a report that people were boycotting. The writers were boycotting. Boycotting.
They're boycotting Chappelle.
That was just a scurrilous rumor.
Looks
out
like
there.
they've been boycotting the entire season.
Yikes! Come on.
Oh, what are they watching?
They probably are. They've been ripping me off for 20 years, which is not a good sign because it's not being reflected in the material. No, I'm just kidding. Peace and love, everybody.
The writers of SNL are
I did a
great.
tour with Chappelle a few years ago. We did a co-headline.
Yes, I was actually gonna say I was there. I was in the audience.
It was so fun.
Really?
And he's so funny. The cool thing, I was jealous that he smoked cigarettes because he just can. It's just the perfect pause.
Now
on
we
stage.
got controversy here because
You don't
his
like Chappelle?
anti-trans stuff coming out of him has gotten dark.
Oh, okay, I haven't been following that.
No, oh yes, well, be warned.
Oh, no,
Okay.
that's actually the only thing about him that I like. I mean that part's fine. No, I'm kidding.
He seems to have gone off the deep end a little bit.
Yeah, I
past
think he's
couple
just a little sensitive about criticism, and now he can't get over it. No, but I was at Oddball, and I remember.
Oddball, that was that.
Yeah, Oddball. It was 2013, and it was his return to stand up. So I spent like $150 or $250.
$150,000.
Yeah, on tickets. And I remember just his opener, like his opening joke was like basically like, so what do I feel like talking about? And I was like, fuck. $150 on like just like watching a guy figure it out on stage.
He basically smokes a cigarette for about 15
and
minutes.
it's like the thing is like, he's very charming for the first like 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's like now there's 15 minutes left, and just watching him kind of treat it like an open mic. And then we had to I remember just the walk back to the parking lot. It's it's like 5,000 people, and it was very quiet.
But these guys played too?
Yeah,
We
they were
were
great.
the first
Yeah,
type of
they
thing.
were the first, and then it was an intermission, I think, after you
Yeah.
guys played, and then it was like dark, and then Chappelle came. It was like this eruption, and then the walk back to the car was just people kind of going like, "Well, I'm glad he's back."
Yeah.
No one really no one quoted any because he didn't tell any jokes. He just
The one thing I remember was we were touring. He had a bus with a trailer, and the back of his trailer he had like 4 fancy motorbikes. So we'd get to we were playing these sort of outdoor amphitheaters.
Yeah.
And they were usually quite far out of town. So there's nothing, and there'd be, the shows are so big, there'd be a traffic jam coming into the car park, like you say, where people leaving at the same time. But Chappelle and his buddies would get on the motorbikes and
Just zoom right past
yeah,
them.
and I remember Jermaine and I was going like, how come we don't have any we need to get some motorbikes,
You
man.
got fucking bicycles back
got
there.
Cassia tires.
that's why he's not writing jokes. He has to get motorcycles and shit.
Dude, Doug, remember that tour, Tim and Eric tour? We had bicycles
Yeah.
on the
was
bike,
fun.
on the bus.
It was a good move.
I was there. So the next year at Oddball, Chappelle
The fuck is this oddball?
Yeah, what is oddball?
It was a
comedy
comedy festival.
Yeah, is it
Where?
still going? I don't know if it's still going.
I don't know if it's still going, but it was like a touring festival, and so every year there would be a different headliner, and it would be
Okay.
like a bunch of different big names.
Right.
So the next year, Chappelle was not headlining, but it was like Louis C.K., Bill Burr was there. I think Mark Maron was there. Like it was a big. So it was like 11 p.m. I went again the next year. And it's like it was getting late, and some people were leaving during Louis' set just because it was getting so dark. And Louis was like, "Don't leave, guys! There's a big surprise coming."
Were there no lights there? What's the deal with it being dark?
It was just like 11 p.m. It was just outside, and it was just really people just kind of wanted to go home. It was so late, and then Louis like, "Don't go home. We have a big surprise for you." And then the lights go out, and then it comes back in, and Chappelle is there, and people go crazy, and he's like, "Okay, guys, I just landed." And so I didn't write any shit, but and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And then like everyone was kind of like, we need to go home.
Oh.
And he wouldn't leave until he got a laugh. Like, and it was, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I remember.
Look, man.
Yeah.
Were you just there as a fan?
Yeah, I was there as a fan. And
Big Chappelle fan.
I actually had, I was the biggest Chappelle fan. I hadn't come out as trans yet, so like, I actually like got annoyed back then when people were like, "Oh, he's starting to be transphobic," and I'm like, "Oh, they need to get over it," But I agree he wasn't funny. So I actually like I was one of the cool people who thought he was funny. He was not funny before the trans stuff. I'm like one of those hipster.
Brett, we don't want to make Brett feel uncomfortable. You're fine.
I'm
with
fine.
all this talk,
no,
you know.
I'm gonna check out what Chappelle's been up to.
Yeah.
It's 9 years ago since I saw him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you that you're out of the loop.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a
He
healthy
doesn't have
place
Twitter,
to be.
Tim. He
I
doesn't have
know.
Twitter, so how is he going to know?
Oh, don't worry. I mean, if you're friends with Chappelle, I'm not going to get mad at you.
Who are your Hollywood friends? Who are your?
I mean, I haven't seen Chappelle since we left the gig. I wouldn't say it was 9 years ago. We're not.
See, now
close.
he's all afraid.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he's like afraid of like.
We're not canceling anybody.
He
on
actually
this
saw
show.
Chappelle like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Chappelle was actually
He dropped
outside
you
the
off.
studio.
But you're in New Zealand, so you don't really have a Hollywood crowd.
Nah, that's what's quite nice about Wellington. There's not much show business. There's Peter Jackson.
Yeah, you know Peter.
I know Peter Jackson, and I know Jermaine, and then Tyker's sometimes around.
Does he live down there too?
Jermaine lives in Wellington.
Yeah.
Tyker lives in Los Angeles.
He's full Hollywood.
He's
now.
full Hollywood now. Yeah,
He's full Hollywood.
he's very popular. He does super
25 shows.
Marvel. He does Marvel films.
I know.
Yeah, he's massive.
If you call him, does he call you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just. I can't. It's not,
I did that.
I can't guarantee that. If I called him now, I don't know.
Text him right now. Say, are you?
Tim wants to see if you're still my friend.
Yeah. I did that.
He's probably going to call in. He's probably watching.
Call in. I got questions for him too. What about Oh yeah, I did that Our Flag Means Death show.
Oh yeah, that's what they're filming now in New Zealand, the second season.
Oh, they're filming it there?
Yeah,
No wonder I didn't get a call to be in the
Yeah.
second season.
If you go down, you could probably get in it.
Get me a business class flight down there. Get me on Qantas. What am I taking to get down there? Qantas?
Qantas would
Air New
take you
Zealand.
to Australia. Air
Right.
New Zealand is
Air New Zealand, of course.
post-COVID. Air New Zealand is the only plane. There's only one plane that gets you to New Zealand.
Just goes back and forth, back and forth.
It actually does. Yeah.
It's funny. I just said the worst thing ever. That's funny. The worst thing. That's funny.
PBS.
Yeah, everybody comes up to me about that
PBS.
show.
The,
Everybody.
The pirate show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very popular.
They love it.
People love it. Reese,
I haven't seen it.
Reese is loving it.
I got to do. I was doing scenes with him.
Oh mate, he's so funny, man.
He's the
He
best.
lives in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Another Hollywood sellout.
Yeah. Washed out.
But you were living here for a while.
He's over here earning money. I was here for a good 8, 9, 10 years, pretty much.
You were doing Muppets
Doing
movies.
some Muppets movies, and then I was sort of going between the two countries, and then I had when I say 3 kids, I was like, okay, this is can't keep traveling so much. And
Right.
Going to school. I was like, should I take the kids to school in Los Angeles or New Zealand? And I was like, okay, no, I'll just keep them in New Zealand.
Do you feel like out of the loop when you're down there, or it doesn't matter?
Massively out of the loop, especially because I don't use social media very much.
What do you do? This is a good.
What
do you do all day? Are you productive?
I write songs for movies
Right.
most of the time, but they're quite surreal. Like I get emails saying, "Can you write a song about a unicorn that wants to be a star?" So then that's my days in the world. Like,
Really?
That's so fun.
Sing away, and then I send the demo off and send it off to the movies.
And they either happen or don't happen.
Yeah, more often than not, they don't happen because they change the story.
Right.
They change the plot. And the unicorn doesn't want to be a star anymore.
Are these? But these aren't musicals. These would just be a song.
They're
in
like
it?
animated movies with songs.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I've done a little bit of the like Broadway stuff, sort of developing shows. We're doing a George Saunders book.
Oh yeah.
Really fun. It's called The Brief and Frightening Reign of Phil, and it's about a guy who becomes. It's in this 2 countries, in this world with 2 countries. It's a long story. Should I tell you the story? Is it too long?
I got nothing else to do.
Okay, well, okay.
I got nothing else for Robin.
No. I want to hear this.
You want to hear this, Rob?
Sure.
So like the George Saunders, the guy that wrote Lincoln in the Bardo.
Yeah.
And really surreal, like that guy from Wales, maybe. I'm from Ireland. You know,
Yeah.
kind of surreal, funny, political stuff. And he's made this world where there are 2 countries. One only fits 6 people, and the other country's big. And one day the small country shrinks. There's like an earthquake, and now only fits 1 person. And the other 5 fall into the bigger country. And now the bigger country, like, oh God, what do we do?
Right.
It's an invasion, it's war. And they set up a refugee sort of enclosure.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy called Phil who's kind of a loser. It's like, we should tax them. And then the story follows his rise to power. He becomes president, and then he commits genocide.
Jesus
We know a guy
Christ.
named Phil that's kind of a loser.
So
We know a guy named
so
Phil
you
did a
that was a book,
It's a book.
and then
so-
you're adapting that into a musical.
Yeah, like a theater, Broadway, a pretty dark Broadway show.
Yeah.
It sounds really funny.
It's pretty funny. It's like
I wish
George
we would.
Saunders is
I wish I
really
would have.
funny.
I wish I would get those opportunities because, frankly, I'm also a good songwriter, and people should be contacting me to be doing musicals.
Well, I'll
Hell yeah,
I'll
hell
let them
yeah.
know.
Well, speaking
Once
of
you
music,
get
Some of
too
them are
busy.
good. Some of
should
them
we
are
bring
good. You
Brett's
don't want
band
to.
in?
Yes,
Well, I have to agree with you because of the power dynamic here. You're the host. Yes, you are amazing, Tim. Yep.
I want to do a music. I have an idea for a musical, and I don't know how to approach it, but it's a big task.
A Broadway show.
Yeah.
You should do it, man.
What's the idea?
Great, yeah.
Can you say it?
It's also very dark. it's the Bill Maher story.
Club Random. Club Random.
Yeah.
Rise and fall of Bill
Club Random. This is my story about how I started.
It Office Hours Live. The
Yeah,
musical.
that could
There
be.
you go.
Yeah.
No, it's a very dark post-apocalyptic musical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's coming.
You're like as bitchy as Bill Maher, but yours is kind of a character.
Yeah,
Like it's like Bill Maher is
It's
like
clearly-
you, but like he's actually kind of a prick.
it's clear that Bill Maher is trying to be as nice as possible
yeah,
when he's on.
and he fails every step of the way.
Yeah,
One of the grumpiest people I've ever seen.
a lot of this.
Yeah.
All right, yes, that's a good idea, Matt. Let us, if you don't mind, would you be open to playing a song for us?
Yeah. No.
It would be really weird if you said no because your band is here.
I know they're waiting out there. Yeah.
Yes,
should
we're
we
gonna.
get
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can come
Let's
on
get
in.
it going.
yeah.
Sorry about the earphone.
You want to?
Yeah, what is this? The whole
a-
show like this? Robin's like this. They're like, you
I
don't want to
know.
listen to this.
Luke's
They're
gonna
not
help.
staying in.
You want to take a Zoomer in the meantime?
Yes, let's take a Zoomer.
Or
I'm just kidding.
we can check in on the hot. Let's check the hotline.
Is anybody on the hotline?
Yeah, we got Casey. 980 Casey, you're live on the hotline.
Casey,
Yeah, what's up?
what's up, dog?
What's up, T?
What you got for me?
Hi, it's me, Casey.
All right, I want to talk. I want to talk about the band Dear Nora.
Say it
Did y'all
again.
listen to Dear Nora?
Dear Nora?
I feel like
The
I've
band
heard that name.
Dear Nora. Yeah.
Casey can answer. Casey.
Yeah, they're really good. They're
Oh, that's right.
they're really good. They're a truly independent band. And I actually have Dear Nora.
We're working on getting them on the show, friend.
Yes.
Dear Nora?
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of Dear Nora?
Luke's brother is in the band.
Oh,
Luke's
yeah.
brother's in the band.
They're
Okay.
great.
All right. We will.
Wait, is Luke? Is that Luke Cullen?
I host a radio show called Miss Jazz that airs on Boone Area Community Radio on Sundays.
Yeah, I listen to that.
And they're going to be on my show. I know you've listened.
We don't
to,
need
you've
to
been on
book
the show.
What's
yeah,
Boone?
and I
Where's
actually,
Boone area? What is
I reached
that?
out to Doug
Don't go
about
deeper with this
doing-
guy.
Come
We
on.
got a whole band here
Wanna
ready
talk.
to go.
Boone, where is Boone? Where is Boone?
It's North Carolina.
All right.
Good.
It's in the mountains.
Okay.
It's in the high country.
All right. We'll check out your radio show and check out Dear. Is it Dear Nora?
Yeah, Dear
Dear Nora.
Okay, Dear Nora coming up soon at the top of the hour. But right now, we got new music from Bret McKenzie and his band, most of his band. Take it away, Bret.
All right. We got Leo on keys. Oh. How's that? You got the guitar? Cat and Moana on vocals. Well, here's a little song to let you know I love you. It's just a little tune to let you know I care. A simple melody, 'cause I've been thinking of you. I wanted you to know, I wish that I was there. 'Cause some of these days are getting kinda slow now. Yeah, wanna be alone now. Unless I'm alone with you. And all of these nights are getting kinda slow now. Yeah, I wanna be with you now. Whoa, yeah, you know I do. 'Cause here's a little song to let you know I love you. It's just a little tune to let you know I care. A simple harmony for me to wrap around you. Keep my baby warm when I'm not there. 'Cause some of these days I'm feeling kinda low now. Yeah, and everywhere I go now, I wanna go with you. And all of these nights are getting kinda cold now. Yeah, I'm only getting old now. I wanna be getting old with you now. 'Cause not a day goes by without me thinking I love you. Not a night goes by without me dreaming I'm there. Not a day goes by without me thinking I need you. It ain't around me being here when baby you're way over there. Well, here's a little song to let you know I love you. It's just a little tune to let you know I care. A simple harmony for me to wrap around you. And keep my baby warm when I'm not there.
Boy, that just put me in a good mood. I was in a terrible mood. And here,
It's a good
look at
Thursday.
that. Look at man. Give me one of
Man,
these.
Leo, that's
That was
Leo.
fancy. What's his name over
Leo
here?
Cagini on keys.
Do we have him on
Amazing,
camera?
right?
No. Yeah. Oh, we do. Okay, that was great. Where'd you pick up that boogie woogie from?
So good, right?
It's so great. And you guys sounded
the
terrific.
band have all come up from New Zealand, so it's been super fun.
Unbelievable. That was great. It sounded great. What a great energy. And I feel loved.
Cool,
I feel loved. For the first time in my goddamn life. I feel seen. I feel loved. And it took you coming in here to do it. Why? Why shouldn't people closer to me in my life say that to me?
Yeah.
My parents, my wife, my kids. No one's ever said they loved me. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Bret, unfortunately for him, is going to stick around. Okay, you guys just stick around. Everyone, let's just have a party. Let's have fun. Robin will be back. Join patreon.com/Office Hours Live if you want to catch the full show later. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Shelter from the storm. Welcome to my light. Wander through my thoughts, rambling my hopes, tiptoe through my dreams, leave the world behind. Welcome to my mind. Welcome to my mind. And my heart beats only for a star to cast a magic spell. Daylight filters through the darkness when we climb out of our shell. Step into my heart, sweep your fears apart, rush into my arms, tingle down my spine. Welcome to my mind, welcome to my mind. To me, and love just flew through me like a wave that never finds the shore. Yes, a daylight fountain sprinkles through my lifetime, and who could ask for more? Coming now, you're in my mind. You will surely find through the maze of time power in my lips. Welcome to my mind. Welcome to my mind. Welcome to my mind.
Her name was Sam. She was truly beautiful. But I never really saw that beauty because I never took the time to look deep enough. You see, Sam wasn't just a woman, she was something special. And as I bathed in her purely physical pleasures, I still looked with lust at others. Yet in my darkest hours, she was always there to assure me that somehow everything would be okay. But I never listened. I'd only laugh, shrug my shoulders, walk away, satisfied completely by what I'd taken, never realizing just how little I'd given.
Times have changed her, rearranged her. Words of warning won't wait. Beautiful lady, my beautiful lady, I'm afraid it's too late.
Now I feel so empty, so alone, so ashamed. In the mornings when I'd awake beside her, I was quick to kiss her goodbye and go off alone to do what I would do, forgetting that her loving arms had shielded me from the cold of the night before, never realizing just how little I'd given. God, she was beautiful.
What a fun morning it was. Beautiful lady, my beautiful lady, I'm afraid it's too late.
Suddenly she seemed to change. Oh, she still loved me. Maybe more now than ever. But something was wrong. I sensed her discontent. I helplessly watched as she lost her pride. I saw her aimlessly wandering as she tried desperately to get herself together. And then I saw my beautiful lady slowly become a whore.
Black butts, no socks. I got jeans on, black butts, no socks. I got jeans on, black butts, no socks. Don't
Alles right, Mom. Much you.
You can talk to me. I can always hear. I can always hear.
Yes.
Hello.
We're back. We're back. I'm still feeling the vibes from that song off of Bret McKenzie's new album, Songs Without Jokes. Tight stuff. I'm gonna go. I think I'm just breaking news. I think I might be going to see you on Monday. I love a good Monday night show. That means.
Where's it at?
It's not long. It's don't worry. Keep it short. You can go home. You'll be home.
Tight 2?
Yeah. 7-minute show. I heard a story. Someone's telling me, you might have heard of this, but
music going.
because I'm not really on TikTok, I'm just sort of learning about TikTok and stuff. But a friend in New York said that bands are playing, and they have one hit song on TikTok that blows up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then they book a gig. Okay.
Then what do they
and
do?
they do the club. They do the club in New York. The audience buys the ticket, comes along, and they play this song from TikTok. Then the audience leaves.
Oh no!
Wow!
After one song, the audience walks out of the room, and they've got like a 50-minute slot.
That's not a bad gig. They all bought the ticket.
Yeah, they pay for the ticket.
Well, these bands have to play that song last.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They're just.
Well, I said it
they're
first.
learning it. Yeah. No, that's what I said. But like Isn't that freaky? I couldn't imagine an audience like I would still. I feel like I'd have to stay there just to be polite.
Yeah.
You play the first half of the song at the first,
that's what.
and
you
then
want
you
to
say
do,
we're
like,
going to play the
You play
second half.
intermission,
Later
right?
on,
Yeah.
later on, we're going to play the second half of the show. You want to stick around, hear the heart ends.
I saw some video. I don't remember who it was, but it was some artist I've never heard of, and it was like I don't know if it was rap or what. Listen to me.
If it was rap,
No, it was like
this is the Patreon, right?
no, it was.
This is when Tim goes dark.
But it was just a dude with a microphone, nothing on stage.
Wow.
And he was just playing to backing track, to a backing track. And he got mad because somebody was filming him, and it's a little bit like
He
this
looked
chubby
chubby,
checker.
yeah.
And he took the phone and threw it
Whoa.
and destroyed the phone, and then left, and that was the show. But I mean, you got to have a little production value on the stage. You got to have some. It's just a guy doing karaoke to his own music.
It was fun.
At least he's not just lip syncing. 'Cause that's what some people seem to do, right?
It could have been that.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Could have been worse. So have you been getting what is the reaction to the music? Are people because you do press and stuff, and you get the same questions that I'm trying to avoid asking?
Yeah, you mean people what is going on? Is the audience are getting into it, but it's almost like starting again. It's a funny thing.
Yeah.
I'm well known for Conchords, and then I'm doing this music that's not comedy music, and it's almost sort of there's a weird mixture of starting again but being well known.
Yeah.
So it's an odd sort of space.
And is there any naming the record?
Something like starting from the beginning feels like the right thing to do.
That's perfect.
That's exactly right.
Very appropriate.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, how does his voice sing?
How does he talk like that? How does he do that reverb? In his,
Something like
You really are a talented vocalist.
Something like starting from the beginning seems like the right thing to
Something
do.
like starting.
That's good.
Try it again, Vic.
That's good. That's dope.
That's Art
Oh, sorry.
Garfunkel.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow, that's funny.
Oh, this is my favorite. I'll send this to you. This audio of him in the studio just being completely insane. Give me one more moment, a highlight from that.
Lecturing his engineer about the song.
Chords create feelings. Distaste for the song is what I feel. It's one of
We
my
had Art
sounds.
Garfunkel on the show.
Oh, that's
And he
right.
had a really curious. I mean, I'm a huge fan, and
Yeah.
and he was charming and everything, and really great and generous, but he was obsessed with the tone of his makeup, and he just kept on demanding a more orangey. You know how he has a very orange skin tone.
Yeah, well, his hair's orange.
Yeah, but that's his preferred makeup. He's not actually that orange. He just likes that's how he likes to look on screen. So the makeup artist did the makeup, and then he was like, no, I can't do it like this. I'm not happy with the
I'm
the
wondering
tone.
if I could get a different hue
Yeah.
for my skin.
Yeah.
Aren't you concerned that the cameras are picking up a little bit of my orange amber tone? Is there any way we can cut back on that?
When you look at the pictures of him, he's very orange whenever he's on camera.
Yeah, but that's makeup.
It's makeup. It's not like
Not a natural color.
It's better than that raccoon that Paul has on his head. Nothing is better than the Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel dynamic. Do you study that or
drama.
think about that with the Conchords?
Yeah, totally. We had a thing. We did a Garfunkel Simon Paul Simon sketch where I dressed up as one of us dressed up as I think I was Paul Simon. I think.
Yeah.
And then we talk about it a lot.
I like that in that I think whatever 84 whatever it was, that Central Park thing, and Art's got this vest.
Oh, there we go. Look.
Oh, that's it. Nice. Yeah, he went with the vest. A lot of those guys went with vests in the 80s.
Yeah.
Safe, comforting vest.
That's a look.
So, I mean, this is another stock question, but I'm actually interested in, because the record has a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of Randy. Well, certainly on that first song.
Dude, totally. And it's funny because I was listening to your records and I was like, oh, I'm on this very similar tip.
Yeah.
Like I feel like similar influence of like
Nilsson
and Randy Newman, those sort of 70s songwriters who are kind of funny.
Elvis Costello.
Yeah, a little. I don't
bit.
know as much his stuff. So I mean, I do like a little bit. I don't know it so well, but that sort of 70s and that sort of romantic Los Angeles studio
yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
I could really love all that. And actually, Drew Erickson played keys on my, is on your record as well.
Oh, yeah.
So Drew was,
Drew's the key.
he's amazing.
He's a key, not the key. I'm the key.
He's 88 keys.
But yeah, those are the influences. Yeah, really.
Did you
really
make the
lovely.
record here in LA?
Yeah, in LA, yeah. And yeah, it was good. I mean, I was kind of obsessed when I made it. I was like, I'm trying really hard to make something that's not funny.
Yeah.
And I think I probably tried, I mean, I like the record and everything, but I think I was probably being a bit obsessive about that.
Yeah.
And now that having made that, I feel like I can kind of
loosen up
a bit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Do you do that thing?
I was trying
like,
hard to not do a comedy record.
Like on my tour, I felt like we made the last record, High School. I just made it with Mac DeMarco and Drew. And it was just basically the three of us and this guy, Eric Johnson from the Fruit Bats.
I love the Fruit Bats. Yeah.
And he helped me out too. But then when you take it out on the road and you play it live, you almost want to make the record again.
Yeah. Well, I have realized a lot of the songs are a bit moody.
Yeah.
They're like at home feeling a bit doomy.
Yeah.
And a bit moody. And you go out in the audience there, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't want a night of these. The audience is like, oh my God.
Yeah, another downer.
So then.
You almost have to write for imagining what it's going to be like when you eventually play it.
Once I started rehearsing with the band, there's 7 of them, but I started rehearsing with the band and I was practicing playing the songs. I was like, I need some songs that are more fun just for the band to play as well, so that everyone in the band can have. Yeah, it's definitely I think if you're playing live, you definitely feel that. Because the crowd don't want a whole night of doom songs, not from a comedian who's trying to do serious
Unless you're
music.
going to see Nick Cave.
Nick Cave, yeah. I did go and see Nick Cave. That was one of the funniest things in Wellington, because Wellington's a small city, 300,000 people, and there's a lot of the Nick Cave fans are like all the sort of goth, moody people, right?
Yeah.
They're all the sort of dark. All my friends are a bit more dark and more, you know, not depressed, not the right word, but dark and
serious,
very serious. But then at the Nick Cave show, they are the happiest, they're smiliest. It's like seeing all your friends who are normally really sort of, you know, serious looking. They're all
rocking out.
They're so happy. They're all so like.
I went to go see him. Were you at that show, Matt? Yeah. He did a in conversation style show, like just him and a piano.
Oh, that's cool.
And then did a Q. Like most of the show was like a Q&A with the audience. And
cool. But when he plays,
it's one of the best fucking shows I've ever
when
seen.
he has a band, it's not very dark and moody.
No,
he like kicks off with full energy, and he
I
does
wish I
full
could
stage.
see him that way.
Yeah.
I didn't get into him till a little bit later in life. You like Nick Cave?
No, I don't listen to music.
No.
Sorry, this is not a. No, I'm kidding.
You're checked out.
No, I'm kidding.
What about this? Should we talk about this? Should we talk about this election? Did you vote?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can say that no one will be mad at me.
Well, you have a right to vote, or not
I
to
voted
vote?
for whoever you voted for listening.
You should be a politician.
Yeah, thank you. No, we were talking about like when you write something at home and then you go on stage and you want it to be fun. I was writing like roast jokes,
Yeah.
and had this whole long funny rant I was gonna go on. But when I was like rehearsing it in front of a crowd, I was like, I don't want to do a lecture right now,
Right.
It is very different, right? Like it's just like a lot. Like when you're there in front of people, you want to have fun.
Yeah.
All this art you did at home, it just doesn't translate.
You gotta have
as
a
much.
balance.
You gotta have a balance, yeah.
Because I like bringing things down, but then on our show, Vic, right, we bring it back up
Bring it
again.
up, lift it up, raise it up.
But you never know. Once you get an audience there, sometimes things appear that you didn't notice were funny.
Yeah.
Like some of the
that
biggest
happens a lot.
jokes are usually the one that you weren't aiming
Yeah,
for.
this happens all the time. Sometimes like I'll write a throwaway joke to
Give
like
me a throwaway joke as an example.
Oh, I don't know. These are like no. Like it's like I was working on the roast. I was on the Whitney Cummings roast, and I wrote like a couple jokes to like make fun of somebody,
right?
And to get to like the jokes I wanted to do, and the throwaway jokes like killed the jokes I was looking forward to doing. I think I was too excited, or I did it too fast, and they didn't get the.
Or they
reaction.
feel too written, maybe.
They feel too written,
Right.
and I used to, like sometimes you write a joke and it like I can't wait to say this thing, and you put too much of yourself in it, or like
Right.
too much pressure on it to do well. So I think it's just
Whitney
kinda,
Cummings. That's kind of a low hanging, not low hanging fruit, but like who are we going to start roasting? Vic Berger now? Like I thought that was saved for like the big titans of.
Rude. One
No
day,
offense,
one
Mike.
day, one day.
Wait, don't
I'll roast you
songs
hard.
work
I
like
don't
that
wanna get
too?
roasted.
When you write a song, you're like, this is my single, and then but it's like
Ooh,
another
interesting.
song is the one that takes off. Or,
Thanks for saving me, by the way. Yeah, let's get back to the.
I know what you mean, Doug. I can
No,
rephrase
that works
it.
with jokes all the time. I mean,
Are there songs where you're like, I know this is the one, and then
Jermaine
something
and I
else?
we've done lots of songs where we think they're very funny, and then you get up in the club and play the song, and then we're like, oh,
Crickets.
People don't find it funny at all.
Um,
Or maybe within a song, part that like we think, oh, this is the best bit, and then no one likes that bit at all.
Yeah.
Were you always the more musical out of the two?
Always a little. Well, I studied music, so I was a little more able to figure out what chord might work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
but
right.
Jermaine's actually a really great guitar player and great.
Right.
He writes songs, but not so. He's great at coming up with melodies and everything.
You rise them.
I could kind of like go, oh, the bridge might work well like this, and then
Right.
this will make the chorus kick in more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's take a zoomer because we've been. I don't even know if we're on the air. We might have been off the air.
We had a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't regret it.
No
I
regrets,
do.
man.
I regret. If it's not on the air, I regret it.
Dr. Banana is in there.
Oh great.
Kia ora. Kia ora, everyone. Kia ora, Tim. Kia ora, Brett. It's nice to see
Kia
you
ora.
guys again. I hope you travelled safe, brother. I hope
Was
you're
this your
doing well.
neighbor?
That's that.
Yeah. Same city, man. Wellington.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and actually, funnily enough, I think you worked with two close friends of mine. Did you have, because you did a video recently with Lee Gingold, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's a
cool.
very talented videographer.
See,
and
he was in Lord of the Rings, right?
Were you in
He
Lord of the
looks like
Rings?
a shit, right?
Were you in Lord of the Rings?
It would have been a
I was
baby.
10.
Yeah.
I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, there's
so-
children in the
I was a
world of
star
Yeah, the
show,
Hobbits.
of course.
yeah.
But also, did you have a brass section in that video as well, mate? Or when you were touring around New Zealand with your show?
Yeah.
I think my trombonist played with you too. Kaito?
Kaito. Yeah. Kaito and Louise are
Right.
on
He's
trombone
Wellington.
saxophone.
You don't need to learn your horn players' names going forward. By the way.
But 2 degrees of separation, right? That's we're practically neighbours.
Yeah, small town.
Yeah. And I was thinking when you were talking earlier about the Hollywood, vibe of New Zealand, Tim and Brett. Funny story, like I was hanging out at Rogue and Vagabond the other month or whatever, and I saw you drive up, Brett, and this is a total articulation of what Kiwis' attitude towards celebrity was. And
So
saw you turn
for
up
listeners, Rogan Vagabond is like a small local bar, beer garden outside,
Nice.
lots of
yeah,
live
jazz
music.
bar.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, bit of an institution. But you rock on up, you drive on up, and I turned to my mate and said, "Oh shit, is that Bret McKenzie?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it is." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, he's a shit driver. Yeah, all right, sweet."
Whoa.
Hey,
do
this
you
is
do,
not.
do you do like the Graham Norton thing? Where you like, can you tip
This
the
isn't that
chair
kind of
over?
show.
Yeah. This is not the roast
Yeah,
of
whoa,
Bret McKenzie here.
Bret McKenzie's driving. Come on, man.
Dude,
It's because I'm in America a lot, so I don't change.
What did he
change
do that was
sides.
so bad driving wise, huh?
Oh, he parked. The tail was out.
I
he
am a
sped
pretty
up
bad
to the
driver.
park.
So am I. But
I
is
love
anyone
your work.
surprised?
Oh, come on, man.
All right, no, go ahead. All right. Had to say something
No,
racist.
but anyway, I had a bit of a question for you guys. Tim, I was listening to your the Beatles podcast, and I'm not a Beatles fan. I've never grown up listening to them, but
You're
I
an
love
idiot.
the podcast.
Wow, what a cool guy.
Well, chuck me in that bag. Yeah. No, I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
I
I'm
loved
just
it.
kidding. Yeah.
It's all good. But you were constantly talking about how you would interpret the podcast not being a Beatles fan, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. But I'd like to ask both you and Brett, like, what's some sort of obscure bands that you're into that, like, because Tim, you're pretty, you're into like harmony and you like modest music a lot of the time, from what I understand. So, what's some kind of left field groups that you're into?
Well, it's hard to know
and
what
why?
you know. It's hard to know what people would consider obscure, right?
Well,
You got something?
there's a really cool band from New Zealand, which you will know, called the Phoenix Foundation. But
I've heard of them.
they're not so well known over here. Really cool, a little bit kind of Wilco-y, I guess
Okay.
would be a kind of genre to sort of put them into.
The Phoenix Foundation?
Phoenix Foundation, yeah. Remember that in MacGyver? That was the
I don't
name.
remember that.
Do you remember MacGyver?
Yeah, I do remember
So
MacGyver.
MacGyver, the building where MacGyver went to his office was called the Phoenix. We worked for the Phoenix Foundation.
Oh,
I think
that's
that's where they
clever.
got the name from.
I'm trying to think. I love a lot of old music. The Dillards. What's going on here?
You were dropping me and my keyboard off at the Rogue.
Oh fuck.
With the tail was out.
Oh, yeah, this is Leo, the keyboard player, saying that the reason I parked badly is because I was dropping off a keyboard.
Oh,
Because Leo had a gig that he had a gig that night.
I was playing gig that night.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
love
Leo.
this guy
Thanks,
coming
Leo.
in and defending your honor. Oh, wait. Pop your head back in. We'll show up our new robotic camera.
Oh, yeah.
One more
Thanks.
time for your boogie woogie work, by the way.
That's right. that was dropping off a keyboard for Leo. Come on, man. Yeah, yes. That's fine.
What a guy. Shout out to check out the Dillards. I love the Dillards. You know the Dillards?
Don't know the Dillards.
You know that obscure band Weezer?
Weezer. There's another band with Weezer, but spelled W-E-A-Z.
Yes, that's very unknown. That obscure band, the Beatles. I like them a lot. You guys like the Beatles? You ever heard of them?
Vic, you got somebody to recommend? Obscure.
I don't know if it's like obscure, but I'm getting into Lonnie Smith. Like he's like a jazz fusion organist from the 70s. I don't know. Anybody?
What about the Bird and the Bee? They're a cool LA band.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the Bird and the Bee. I like
They're
that.
not that obscure, are they?
The Who. You know the Who?
The
Yeah,
Who.
it feels like I have this unpopular opinion that I think like the cream rises often and like bands that are super successful. Not all bands, but like I tend to like the stuff that actually was successful too.
I really like Kate LeBon, but I mean, do you know Kate LeBon? She's pretty well. I can't
Yeah.
tell how well known she is. Do you
Right.
hear of Kate LeBon? She's a Welsh
popping
singer.
off.
Yeah.
She's popping off, Matt.
Yeah, she's big these days.
Let me see what's in my recently played stuff. Maybe that will help. Recently,
A lot of porn there. Oh,
There's
no.
no porn. I have to say, I got turned on to this Frank Sinatra album from the fucking Club Random podcast. this Bill Maher podcast. I was like watching it because Chevy Chase was on, and I was like waiting for them to, say something horrible, and it just was kind of boring. But there's this Frank Sinatra album called "A Man Alone," the words and music of McCune. Rod McCune. Do you know Rod McCune?
No.
Another famous MC. It's really cool. It's weird. It's all like, listen to these song titles: "A Man Alone," "Night," "I've Been to Town," "The Single Man," "Lonesome Cities," "Beautiful Strangers." It's like a concept album about like loneliness, and there's like spoken word in it and everything. It's very weird. It's cool. Yeah.
You don't need any more blue eyes.
So have you ever heard of Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra? Come on.
Doug, what do you got? You probably got some obscure, weird shit that everyone's going to be knowing. Everyone knows except me and Brett.
I like the Silver Apples. Do you like the Silver Apples?
Silver Apples are cool.
Oh, they go.
They're just off the top of my head.
Did you just make that band? You made that band up?
Straight
You
Jacket
know, it's a good-
Fits. Anything off Flying Nun Records.
Oh, you know what's a cool band that I don't think anyone knows is the Glands. Do you know the Glands? Glands. They're very cool. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Is he just a listener?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Split ends.
He's very confident just to be a listener.
Oh, my
Kinda
fans come in tough and
Yeah,
hard.
they come
and
in
they're
really
strong
like
people.
they're part of the show.
They
I
are.
have an obscure...
They come in
He's
stronger
not.
than the guests.
He's not. And no, you're not nervous enough. No
I do have an
offense.
obscure song that I forgot to play earlier. My jingle for the...
Doug's
yes,
jingle
let's
for
hear
the...
Doug's music is top notch.
Hey!
Whoa.
Talked right over it.
Thanks, Doug.
See how confident
I don't
this
know.
guy
It's
is?
not the
I'm
best
gonna
one.
hear
I
it.
kind of... But whatever.
Let's hear it again.
I played marimba on it.
Whoa.
That's cool.
I like it.
I feel like, to be, if I can give you a slight bit of criticism, I do feel like you're starting to head into a bit of a rut with the jingles. You're starting to feel like a little bit of
I have a
repetition.
style. I'm just doing my style.
Well, you got to mix it up a little bit. Get me in
He
there.
did that rap one was great.
Maybe Brett. Yes,
He
I'm.
rapped.
Listen,
I like this one. I like the Christian Bale one. It's okay.
Christian Bale.
That's not a slight criticism, by the way. That was just brutally mean. I have a slight criticism for you. You kind of suck. Ooh, okay.
I'll be like that guy from the Old Grey Whistle Test. You know.
I did a song for Disney for a film, and they were like, they said, "We love it, but could you change the words in the verse, and the chorus, maybe change the melody in the chorus."
For Disney? Yeah, no more F-bombs. This is a Disney movie.
Yeah, we love it, but the melody we don't love. Well, that is
we
the
don't
song.
like the
What do you
melody
think?
and some of the words.
Speaking of the Beatles, my son yesterday who's 6 said we mentioned the Turtles because they were singing that "Happy Together" song. Essentially, and he's like very sincerely like, why do these bands what are these animal bands all about? The Beatles and the Turtles. I had no answer for him. I don't know where that came from. I guess the Buddy Holly and the Crickets is the first time.
You know who's good? The Animals, especially that song called Sky Pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, with War. I think he doesn't do it with War.
Well, let's get some breaking news from Olivia. Our intern Olivia has some breaking news for us. Olivia, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I have some breaking news. This is like actual breaking news. I mean, not saying it usually isn't, but this just happened. Alex Jones is ordered to pay $473 million more to Sandy Hook family victims, bringing the total to $1.44 billion.
Well, that just becomes unknowable numbers now.
Yeah, it's like when you get like 30 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah.
Like, you will go to jail for 1,000,000 years.
But the deal is, what's the deal? He's not going to have to pay any of this money, right?
No idea how any of this works. There.
No. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for the news. Any election updates? Do we have any clear winners coming in?
I have to go back on the app. I only know about Pennsylvania since I voted.
Big Fetterman win. Big
Yeah.
Fetterman. Now, do you follow any of this stuff? You don't need to, so why would you?
I'm not on top of this. No.
Oh man,
I've seen a little bit. I read the headline and I get confused because I'm just waiting for, like you say.
Well, you must be interested in Dr. Oz.
You got to wait a week, right? You got to wait a week for these results. They said.
I don't know what takes so long.
Takes 3 years. Takes 3 years to get the results.
There's one person counting. They got to go one, and then if they mess up, they start from the top again.
And they've got people in the room saying numbers randomly. At them.
Right.
I got, speaking of the Beatles again, and I give him credit for deleting it, but this fucking Sean Lennon, Sean Lennon?
Oh, no.
He tweeted some trash the other night.
Really?
And it was like about Oz, and he said something like, I can't believe that Pennsylvania's being forced to choose between a snake oil salesman and a guy who can't even finish a sentence, complete a sentence.
Wow. Yikes.
Rocket, man.
And then he's over there tweeting about cryptocurrency and shit.
This is John Lennon's son?
Son, yeah.
Wow.
And he's like 47 years old.
Wow.
But when you look at it, you're like, he's got to be 19 years old. Like the way he talks on it. Anyways.
Well, they wrote Hey Jude about him, and now he's a...
No, that's the other one, Julian Lennon.
Oh, Julian. Oh, okay.
Sean is what, Yoko and John's son?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He deleted it, Matt, didn't he?
Control yourself, you're spurt. I like the
This
thing
is a
that
cool
happened in
retweet,
Jamaica called reggae.
Oh, he commented on
What did he say?
Okay, I'm deleting my last tweet, not because I don't still think it, but because I forgot that people will choose to interpret things as negatively as possible. And I do not wish to be interpreted that way. Angry snowflakes still rule the Twitterverse.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
God.
Damn right.
And he's on to blockchain.
I like the cut of this guy's jib here. It's good.
Well, it's just
How
like,
dare you interpret my exact words the way they were intended?
Listen, I'll be the first to say, if you watched that Fetterman-Oz debate, Fetterman had a terrible night. He did not, he had trouble, as I do right now, oftentimes, had trouble articulating himself because of the stroke he went through. It was not a good night for him. It was a hard night for him. But to say that he can't string a sentence together is just not true. It's mean. Because he can. And there's plenty of evidence of that. You widely see him doing interviews and speaking to thousands of people. And I don't know what that is, but anyways, Sean Lennon can say whatever he wants.
I love nuts. It's nuts.
He could say whatever he wants. No one's listening.
Yes, Tim.
I love Batman. I love Batman.
So, certainly no one's listening to his music. You ever tried listening to a Sean Lennon record?
I like Sean Lennon. His first album. I do. And Friendly Fire is good. I gotta say.
The thing where they knock the meat.
Tim's are really good.
I do have. It's amazing. I do this show every week. I am not articulate with my words. I have trouble. I stammer. I have probably some kind of undiagnosed dyslexia.
You're doing great, kid.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm following it. I'm following everything.
So I'm sympathetic to John Fetterman.
Burger. That will be clipped out, by the way.
It sure will.
Vic
All right, who's on the Zoom? Who wants to chat with me?
That, or do you want to give Doug his chance to shine with?
Oh yes,
prepared...
Doug has a very exciting new slideshow that he's put together, and I hope you'll all enjoy it. Doug, take it away.
Doug. He needs a theme for his slideshows. That'd be fun.
Well, Vic, if you could do something.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me see what I can do here.
Bed of music.
Oh, maybe just down the line we do it, not necessarily right now.
This is called.
Let's see.
So,
trying to find something here.
Don't just move on with the show.
no. The other day I was at CVS and there was these chips or crisps called pedos. Do you see the image there? I was thinking, who signed off on that? It's just so.
Chris D'Elia?
Did you see, by the way, timeout? Did you see his poster for his shows? He's standing at like in front of a high school locker. Mamma mia!
Yeah, his favorite gun is the They Are-15. One of my.
They are.
Thank you.
The AR-15.
They Are-15.
You know where he went to college, right?
You did?
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young. I get it.
Anyway,
this is good.
So I looked into it. It turns out there's a lot of other weirdly named snacks out there. Here's a few of them that I found. Here's the first one. School shooters milk shots.
Is that real?
Are you kidding me? Whoever named this product needs to go back to school and learn how to not be an idiot. Okay.
This is why we need a laugh track.
This one's strange. Molesto.
Ooh.
It's mole pesto.
Oh.
Chris D'Elia. Oh, right, I already did that joke.
My gym teacher had this stuff. Anyway, it does look yummy. The next one, vehicular man's water. I guess it's water specifically
for Caitlyn Jenner. I can say that because I'm transphobic.
Okay, this next one is weird too. Date grape. What? It's a grape flavored date. Who came up with this? Bill Cosby?
All
right. Here's one that's homicide. Homicide.
That's actually a pretty good name.
I mean, isn't hummus a side of hummus?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty extraneous to call it hummus side. Corns. This one's just called corns.
That's actually offensive.
This is gross. I don't want to be reminded of the old fart feet I see at the YMCA.
Okay.
Not appetizing. It's not appetizing, Tim.
I like it.
What's next?
Inward. Inward chips.
The original.
The original Inward style chip. Inward. I don't know. Sounds wrong, right, T?
Something. I don't think you want to say that out loud.
I only sing it in a song.
Okay, a couple more. This one's
nice
called
blue bag.
This one's called Attempting Suicide. Whoever came up with that name should be attempting suicide because it's a weird name for a snack.
Yeah, couldn't even finish the bag of food.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Suicide. Okay, finally we have toxic wheat ration chips. Toxic wheat ration chips. Toxic relationships.
Toxic relationships.
Toxic relationships.
I
don't need to be reminded of my ex-girlfriends when I'm enjoying a salty nibble tea.
Does anybody feel like having a stretch?
Just going from rape to toxic
relationship.
Kind of just mixed it.
Well,
anyway.
Hell yeah.
We like to be a little edgy when Robin Tran is in the house.
Oh.
Let's get an instant reaction, an instant review from one of our Zoomers. Anybody here want to chime in? How about, someone's got her Ashleen Marie.
Ashleen looks like a live
Oh,
wire.
jeez.
Well, you got your hand raised. How can we help
you hear me?
Yep.
I actually had a question for Bret. It was
Let's definitely change the subject.
I know. Well,
About snake?
I wasn't expecting this to be when I got brought on. But can I ask my question?
Oh,
or do I have to
absolutely.
comment on this? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just wondering if they gave you a shot, would you reprise your elf role for the Rings of Power show, or is that time of your
This
life?
is what she wants to know.
No.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Sure, why not?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm looking kind of old for the elves, and they're kind of eternal. So.
Well, Celebrimbor wasn't looking all that young,
Ooh.
just saying.
Deep cut.
She anticipated you saying that.
No
Yeah.
knock. Just saying that they changed it up. They
Have you
had
watched
short
this
hair.
Amazon Hobbit show?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, yes.
Is it good? You think I should do it?
No,
It's supposed to be really bad.
wouldn't.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
pretty bad.
No, I won't do it then.
Yeah, no, you were the good one. Stick with the good one.
Who was in charge of that ship down there? But they're still shooting it in New Zealand?
They started in New
They-
Zealand, then they pulled the plug, and because lots of friends were working on it, they got kind of annoyed because they shut it down. One morning they're like, "Sorry, everyone, you're fired."
Right.
Yeah, and they went to Ireland. I think they've gone to Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's this great little video that we used to watch on. It was like one of the DVD bonus scenes or something from the Hobbit that you're in, or the one before that. I'm not sure.
One that you haven't seen.
Yeah. And it was really funny because Peter Jackson, there's a lot of chaos involved with the startup of that version. Like there was somebody else who was going to do it, then he had to come in to do it.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Was going to do it.
And then, but for some reason they had to start shooting, but they hadn't got the script finished yet. So they're like, we got to start. So let's just start shooting some battle scenes, and we'll figure out how we're going to use.
Figure out
it
who
later.
wins. Figure out who wins
Yeah.
later.
So there's just
Let's see who
him-
actually wins on set.
There's just him, and he's fully frazzled, and he's like running around. You come in this way, go, and I don't know, you fucking jump over there, and they're just running around, and there's just dwarves and elves and orcs just fighting each other. Seems like such chaos. What a mess. Do you have any other questions for Bret? How dare you?
No, that was it. Sorry.
That's perfect. That's great. Have you seen that documentary, My Best Fiend?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
about
Werner
Herzog
Herzog
and what's the actor's name?
German
Yeah.
bloke. Matt,
Klaus Kinski.
There he
Klaus
is.
Kinski,
Matt
right.
knows this
And they were
stuff.
filming. Did you see that one? They're filming out in the jungle somewhere, and Klaus Kinski just they talked to the extras who were made
Fitzcarraldo.
Fitzcarraldo. The extras were put in helmets, to look like sort of medieval soldiers or something. And he would just that German actor guy would just went method and just started attacking them with a sword.
Oh my God.
It was so crazy. And they said to Herzog, "Do you want us to kill him?"
Fight. Oh right. Yeah, we will take care.
We'll kill him.
They're just off in the
That
middle
guy's
of the
crazy.
They're off in the middle of the jungle somewhere,
Yeah.
like local extras.
Yeah.
Fornication and asphyxiation and choking and there's no harmony.
Did you
in the
guys see my
universe.
perfect David Lynch impression?
I did not. Where
Listen to this, Matt. Can you bring it up?
What's going on?
Was that Twitter or Instagram?
I posted it everywhere because it was so incredible. If we just do the audio, it might be totally convincing. Sorry, Matt. We don't prepare for the show, so sometimes there's lulls. Let's take a call, and you prepare that, and I will show off my perfect David Lynch.
Let's talk to our old pal Shaquan Baker. He usually brings something fun.
Hey guys, what's
Hey.
going on? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Okay.
Tuesday.
Good to see you guys.
We'll be
What's going
watching
on, Brett?
Seinfeld and Friends tonight.
And peace and love to the whole world.
Really? Classic hits. I just got a basic question. Big fan of both of you guys. Will you guys ever collab musically in the future?
I think you're talking about you two, right?
I'm talking about Robin,
All three.
Robin and Brett.
We got to get
All
the
three.
three of us in some
Yeah.
sort of
I'm not sure about collaborating in general, musically.
You don't like it?
Got it.
Songwriting, it's very, I find songwriting to be very personal and private. The beginnings of it, like your first stabs at writing something. I would feel a little pressure, not that there's any.
He doesn't want to work with you. It's
No,
I mean, that's what I heard. I know. It's a
No,
lot
Tim,
of
you write
excuses.
a verse, and maybe a piece of a chorus. Email it to him.
I would be, of course, I'd be open to it. I get intimidated.
Let's do it with Robin as well. We'll
No, you don't have to include me.
I don't really want.
I got my hopes up. He's like a fan of both of you. I'm like, hell yeah.
But I do.
That sounds fun. I'm
Like
totally
with somebody like Drew or Jonathan Rado or other people I've kind of collaborated with. Yes, the songs are kind of almost 80% there, and then what they do is they come in and be like, how about this
figure it
diminished
out.
chord?
Yeah,
instead?
yeah.
So they
Yeah.
that's
Sometimes it can be quite the beginnings of a song when you're collaborating can be quite awkward
Yes.
to get going. But as if one person has the beginning, then
Yeah.
it's fun.
yeah. So yeah, I'm totally open to that. If you are, I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. That would be
Well,
great. My
He's so
fiance's a
busy.
big
I'm
fan
who am I?
I'm busy trying to just promote the Hobbit Lord of the Rings story.
Nice.
How far into this tour are
Thanks.
Near the end.
you? Oh, you are. Okay.
Well,
You got
he's
L.A.,
gone LA, and then London, and then done. Finish in a week. Yeah.
just London.
Just London, yeah.
Where are you playing in London? Palladium?
Shepherd's Bush
Oh, that's
Empire.
You know who
Yeah.
I saw, speaking of someone that you don't know, Elvis Costello. I saw him there in like 1999, 98. What was I going to do, Matt? Oh,
You're David Lynch, yes?
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
This was an accident. I was just doing a little live music thing the other night, and this is how I started. And someone noticed. They're like, I thought this was David Lynch.
What the hell?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
That's it.
And peace and love
Hi, everybody.
to the whole world.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Yeah.
That's you?
How
Yeah.
are you?
Wow.
I wasn't trying to do it. It just came out that
Hi,
way.
everybody.
Make me laugh.
There's a drop.
Have you guys ever used
How
that
are
thing,
you?
Masterclass? You come across that? It's like an Apple TV thing.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. It's like a few $100, but they do little videos with people, and David Lynch does one talking about how to write movies.
Ooh,
how to
I
make
would
movies.
love to see that.
It's really good, but he says, great things he says, I can't do his voice, but he says, to write a movie, you just need 15 ideas. You put them on bits of paper, put them on a wall, and that's your movie. And then he goes,
I'll
he
save
says,
some money.
To write a movie, all you need are 15 ideas.
That's exactly it.
Once you put them on the board, there's your movie.
And then he also says,
That's the
when I,
stupidest thing
what I
you
do,
interpreted
what I
there.
do when he's telling people how to write. He goes, what I do when I'm writing is I write. That says advice.
See, that's. I think what David Lynch is doing is just sort of taking the masterclass money and making sure nobody else makes movies. What does he want the competition for? You know,
Ideas are everything.
That's
Make me laugh.
write a scene starring a beautiful woman and a very good actor. Then put weird music under it.
Party time.
You can use backwards speaking to make things feel weird. That's what I do.
Lucky day, bingo, you'll
There it is.
catch an
Julie
idea.
Cruz. What's the guy's name who composed all this music? You guys know.
Angelo
Badalamenti.
Badalamenti.
Shoot the middle of a highway at night with the car lights pointed at the lines in the road.
Do you like David Lynch, Robin?
Yeah, he's great. I know he's weird. He makes weird movies.
What
Right?
do you like? What are your like passions in media?
Oh my god, no, things that no one. I mean, like
you're into pro wrestling, right?
Yes, I watch mostly pro wrestling, video game documentaries on YouTube, edgelord podcasters.
Right.
Like nothing that is like
In the mass culture.
Yeah, in the mass culture. Yeah, right. I actually watch my own stand up a lot. When I get bored.
You got interviewed by the great one, David Letterman.
I did. I got interviewed by Letterman. Yeah, he was like really polite, like one of the most nicest people I've met. And he was very.
He's on like a full like contrition thing. You know what I mean? Like because he spent a lot of his career kind of being known as kind of cantankerous and hard to work with, and depressed and all that stuff. And now he's like, well, no, I'm a Mr. Nice Guy.
Well, he's also
which
like
is good.
he like expresses his insecurities very openly, which I was surprised about.
Right.
That's how we actually connected like right away backstage. We met backstage before the show, and I was like, "How are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know, I'm feeling a little insecure," and I'm like, "Oh, this is great. This is like to just like," and I think that's why he's become a better interviewer.
Right.
What was he insecure about?
Just about the show, about himself, just like the whole, like before we went on stage, he was like, I don't want to go out there right now, and I'm like, you think I want to be here, Dave?
Yeah.
That's how we hit it off. But yeah, that was like
and you're dating.
Yeah, we're dating now, me and Dave. Yeah, we don't let anyone know. This is Patreon.
It's called dating.
Right? Dating. Yeah, that was like a highlight of my. My life, and but I was kind of embarrassed because afterwards I thought that I was going to be like super famous right afterwards, which is like, that's not the embarrassing part. It was that I started like mourning my old life. I started like looking out the window and being like, I guess
Last time I'm going to be going to the coffee shop without getting mobbed.
I used to be able to walk down the street.
I was like Eminem in the way I am, basically. Like, don't bother me in the street. Yeah.
I felt that way several times in my life.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do like, every once in a while I bubble up from the bottom and do like a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty realistic about it. I'm like, this isn't going to be a big deal. But then, I do like that movie Us, and I'm like, I bet Spielberg's watching this movie right now.
Right, yeah,
I'm going to get a call from him.
Well, one of your buddies is Kanye West.
But what? No, but it was like I took 3 months off after the Letterman thing.
Yeah.
I guess because I think it was.
What did you do?
Just to get away from the people?
Yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, just to get away from all the TMZ coming to tackle me.
But nobody cares.
Yeah. No, I kind of I don't really like to be out in the open public eye a lot. Like I actually kind of like to be kind of in hiding and kind of peek my head out every now and then. Like I hate that the word introvert has become kind of like this loaded word. It either means like you're like powerful or that you're like But it's literally just an energy level thing. Like I don't have any issue with extroverts, but it's like I can tell like there are other celebrities that are introverts that people might not realize. Like I think Eminem, Larry David, wrestler Brock Lesnar.
Mhm.
Like there's like people that I'm like, oh, they don't really like to travel or go out.
Right.
So I just think like it was like almost like a hangover of like exposure.
Right.
Because like I was going to be on Netflix and everything, and when I'm at home, I just like to cook and clean, exercise, watch TV, play games. Like I actually prefer doing that than like comedy stuff.
Right.
But I just I need to make money.
Yeah, you got a lot. It's a vocation.
But I think the in between stuff in my life is like I prefer that more than like the big stuff that I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really funny stuff. Anyone
No,
have
I sympathize with you. I'm
Yeah.
I'm empathetic.
Oh, thank
I think it's great. There's something about I found that like living in LA. I noticed I was like, oh, there's something interesting happens where you like. I really loved going back to New Zealand because I felt like it's probably the same as going home or staying out of the light a little bit. I feel like that's actually quite sort of fertile, creative place. You come up with ideas that are a little more.
Yes.
Because I noticed that a few writers working in Los Angeles, they start to write about Los Angeles. Right?
Yeah.
And Los Angeles is so strange
that
the rest of the world doesn't think it's real what they're writing about.
Right.
So in Wellington, people are like, what? Like in Los Angeles, there's at the pizza shop, and so a dude rolls up in a motorbike that he's converted into a rocket ship. like it's so crazy.
Now you have a song on the new record about LA. Right?
LA, true. The little feeling on that is that's different, but that feeling is that you arrive in Los Angeles, and it's pretty any big city, I guess, and you see it, you're like, whoa, this place is crazy. The people on the streets and the traffic and the giant freeways, post-apocalyptic vibe, and then a day later or 2 days later, you're like, oh no, where's that Mexican restaurant? Where's that? This place is cool. Like you sort of stop seeing, your eyes close down to it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot of hands raised here. Nicholas, you ready, Nicholas?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, big fan of all three of y'all. I guess my question was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah, sorry. Wait, I was saying 3 screens, but I mean, all involved. And Robin, it's cool. I think you're super funny.
Thank you.
But also too, like, fun to see like an OC Viet. I guess like.
Thank you.
Things.
Thank
you.
A
what?
Yeah.
An OC
like
Viet?
like a Vietnamese person from like
Orange
whatever
County.
SoCal.
Yeah, Orange County, yeah.
Thank you. But anyways, I guess my question, is about wrestling. I guess
Brett, this is
cool.
you.
I got it. I got this one, Robin. You relax.
All right.
Yeah, I guess how do you feel about when wrestlers make the like movie jump, and I guess like the jump from like whatever wrestling to trying to be like a movie star, and do you have like a particular favorite or anybody that you find interesting?
When I was like younger, like I was like a wrestling purist fan, which is like I was just depressed and didn't have any friends, I guess. But now I think all of it is like show business. Now that I'm like, I've done a few show businessy things, and not a lot, but I think that WWE is show business.
Absolutely.
And like, but like, there's like other companies like AEW is like a wrestling company, right? And it's like AEW, like a smaller company would be like, it's like a wrestling show gone wrong, but the WWE is basically like it's a TV show about a wrestling show. So when it's like, oh, what does it feel like when a WWE wrestler does Hollywood? It's like I feel like
the same thing.
they're already doing Hollywood, and this
I
is
think
kind of
that
a new.
The Rock is a great actor.
Yeah,
only from seeing like the Jumanji movies, which I actually like.
Yeah,
like the new. Do you watch these movies with the kids?
Jumanji, yeah.
Jack Black.
But how are there lots of wrestlers have gone into Hollywood?
Well, a lot have tried. There's only been a few successful. Like The Rock is the most successful
John
one.
Cena.
John Cena is actually doing great.
Were
He
you
was
upset
really good.
when Hulk Hogan made Mr. Nanny in 1993? Was that a big?
I'd like to watch that movie.
I was pre-offended.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I thought it was transphobic even in '93. No, Hogan failed to do show business. Like he just was not a good actor.
Doug always had a great Hulk Hogan joke. Remember it?
I don't want to bring this back up.
He actually likes
so much.
Well, I mean, I need my sound. I need the drops and everything.
Well, no,
to
Hulk
work
Hogan
along.
really liked the inward chips.
No, I think. Well, I mean,
Hogan's his
I'm not
favorite.
asking you to do the whole thing, but it was a fun play on words about the Allman Brothers.
His favorite band is the Almond Brother. But then,
That's really funny. That's hilarious.
Like something about almonds.
But then almonds were also what the topping he wanted on his ice cream.
The Almonds Brothers.
I want almond brother. Wait,
Yeah.
almonds brother.
It's another cram job that you got to do to make it work. but-
Crickets.
No, we're all laughing. We're all having fun. Let's take one more call. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the.
What?
How does it get crickets?
Doug's
so
lying
quick with the
himself.
crickets.
I'm giving my own crickets.
What about blips?
Blups, yeah.
Blups.
What is
That
going
sounds
on over
interesting.
there, Blups? Your hand is raised, but you're very engaged in something.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm just knitting.
Oh yeah. You're knitting something for Brit then?
Well, I'm actually calling from Norway, and I don't speak English as my first language, but it's fine.
It's your first language. South African second.
Who's
No,
yelling
my
about that?
brother-
What's going on?
She's a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
It's my boyfriend. He's shouting. He's shouting and he's very loud because he's from South Africa. But like,
Can you believe the
I was just
international
gonna
appeal
say
of
that
this
I'm
show?
a big fan. Of course, I'm
It's pretty impressive.
Norway.
Yeah,
You
Norway.
know what I say to
But-
Norway? No way.
He wants to shout.
Are you in
Norway.
Oslo?
Robert, can you? No, we are in a place called Sykkelven.
Northwest coast of
It is.
Norway.
Robert, stop shouting.
Oh my God. What a way to end the show.
I'm sorry. Robert, please stop.
Your fans have
Anyway,
different confidence
yeah, we know
levels.
about
It's like
I know.
different.
Northwest. Yeah.
All right, you got to get your
Yeah,
shit
but
together
Northwest
next time you want to talk to me. Okay, this is a disaster. Well, bring that dude on camera. Bring him on camera.
There he is.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I don't like it. What do you look like, Tiny Tim?
Oh,
No, Tim.
Oh,
Why would
what?
you? Why would you?
It's the
do
hair
that?
and the smile.
I did a gig in Norway once.
You don't look like Tiny Tim, sir.
I did a gig in Norway, and we had this joke. Jermaine had this joke
Are you
about
gonna-
about whaling, about saving the whales. That was one of our big punchlines. We were like aim for this joke about saving the whales, and the whole crowd was a silence, and they're like, "What's up with this crowd?" Because we forgot that Norwegians eat whales. And
Right.
the rest of the world, like you can make jokes about you're not supposed to eat whales, but in Norway they were like, "Yeah, we eat them." And afterwards, I said to the guy, I met a guy there.
No, that's not Norway.
You do eat whales, right? I mean,
Norwegians and Japanese.
the guy from King's Convenience. He was there. He's a Norwegian guy. He came backstage and he goes, I was like, that was so weird because the audience didn't laugh about the whale. And he goes, no, we eat them, but they're very good. There's plenty of whales here.
What's the best whale dish?
Do you guys eat whale? You eat whale,
Blowhole
right?
soup.
No. We eat a lot of fish. We fish all our own fish, but we don't eat
True,
whale.
fish is not a
Sorry, I
whale.
was shouting earlier.
Whales
I'm
are
not
not a
much,
fish.
You don't eat whales?
No, they are a mammal. No, we don't eat them, but some
But
people
she's
do.
Finnish. I'm South African.
Oh, okay.
So we're not
We
Norwegian.
just live here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But yeah, there are whale dishes. You just eat them like steak. We don't really do that.
Well, I had no
I mean,
idea.
you can. Huh?
I can't keep talking to these guys.
They don't
man.
want to talk to us.
This is the most casual Zoom call ever. I'm knitting.
I
I'm kind
know.
of like I'm also doing other stuff while I'm
You know,
watching.
you're essentially on TV right now.
I've never seen a calmer person on camera before.
Can you hear us? Right.
I think there's a lag. Our internet's bad tonight. We have a storm.
We're on a sailboat, and it's a storm.
Well, we're 20,000 miles away from you.
You're on a boat as well?
You receive.
Yeah, I think so. The lag's crazy. I don't know who's talking.
It's okay. We're gonna let you go and get back to
This is
knitting.
just a big fan.
Don't please do not.
Wait,
no,
yes or no? Are you on a boat?
We gotta let.
They're on a boat.
They
They're on a
said it.
boat.
They
They're on a
said They are
boat.
on a boat.
Who cares?
Oh, no,
Okay.
We're on a boat.
I'm a
This is a
fan of
boat.
diarrhea blood.
I don't care if they're on a goddamn blimp. Get them out of here.
Thanks, guys. I'll translate, Vic. They're on a boat and they have a lot of lag.
This is important. They're on a boat.
They didn't even seem bothered that there was like.
Wait, hey, listen. We don't have the Lonely Island guys here. We got the Flight of the Conchord guy here. So, little callback. I don't know. Speaking of which, remember that? You remember our little cameo you did for us?
Yeah, playing tennis.
That was the great. That should be studied as like the the painting of all the guys signing the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
That sketch. You've got you and what's his name? Your partner, Jermaine.
Sandberg.
And you got all the Lonely Island guys. You got Fred, somebody else from the SNL gang. Everybody's there.
I wasn't.
That's the true. What? You were in there too, weren't you?
I wasn't there.
Oh.
One of the Titans.
All right. I don't even know how to end this show. I just don't.
Let's talk to the sewing lady again.
Bring it
Yeah,
to us.
great idea. Let's get one more check-in from Gus, because Gus is a friend of the show. He was having some hard times, and we gave him some great advice. And Bret and Robin, tell me if you think this guy's got the voice for radio.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't mean to say how you doing. That was just an example of my speaking voice. Right off the top, I just wanted to. I've been thinking. Basically, the conversation with Alyssa Lim Paris, that episode, and you. Yeah, completely changed my whole outlook on life, and I'm having a great time. I haven't even needed to do Doug's smiling exercise.
Oh, Vic's
That
smiling.
was mine. I got.
Or yeah, Vic.
That's okay.
Apologies.
So what's changed? What do you're just something?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
material
just
has
feeling
changed, or
better.
you just kind of have a better attitude about everything.
Well, being able to talk to you specifically, and then having it be a weekly thing where you're bringing in people like Robin and Bret, who like Robin, someone who I've seen stand-up clips from over the last couple of years, and I'm like, oh, this is somebody I should follow. And then Bret, Fly the Conchords, like 2007, I was right on board, and it's incredible to talk to you in real time right now.
Oh, cool, man.
It's not surreal or weird, and just Tim, I wanted to thank you for like making this a continual sort of effort where you foster the opportunity to talk to people easily like this. So,
All right, well, I'll keep doing it then, because I was about to announce this was my final show.
No, you have an amazing radio voice for sure.
Thank you, Tim. Oh, thank you so much, Robin.
Yeah.
I do have a quick bit. We can make this. We can do a speed run of this.
30 seconds,
since
please.
Then, okay. Since then, I've had a. Maybe this is, if you're ending the show, this is not a good bit to end on. So I can stop there.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Since the conversation where I first appeared, I've kept a running list of questions that are open to everybody, and I've tried to word them in a way that they might apply to like whatever guest week to week could still answer them. So okay, good. I had an idea of I'm going to list 3 words, and then if Tim picks one, I've got a pointed question about that subject that's open to everyone in the room.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm ready. Okay. Me too, Casey. Marriage, books, or friendship? Tim, what do you think?
Friendship.
Okay. Without having to even name names, what are the qualities and shared experiences you value most in your closest friends?
Bret?
Honesty. You know, 'cause
Honesty.
You get people to tell you things are shit. It's quite handy.
That's right.
Sure.
Because you end up with a lot of people like, that's great. Like,
Yeah, you need somebody to give you the real deal.
Yeah.
Mine is like, oh, sorry.
No,
like
I was going to say if they're running a deception scam against you, that'd be good to know as well. Just go ahead, Robin.
No, there's I was actually thinking about this. Like the people I get along with most, there's different communication languages, I think.
Mhm.
And I get along with people who tell stories as if like what is going on in their inner monologue while something's happening. So like a lot of people like will just say what they did that day, and I don't really know how to communicate with that because I don't do a lot. I remember stuff, so it's like I need people who can communicate with like what their inner monologue is, and I need someone who can like gossip and talk shit.
Yes.
Like and it's like sometimes like I'll talk some shit about someone and they're like, oh well, I mean they're not here to defend themselves. I'm like, oh, okay, well we can't be friends.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about?
Because
I like that. I'm the same way. I don't want to hear about anyone's what they've been up to.
Yeah.
Unless it's really interesting.
I like gossiping, and look, I
like to gossip. And
I
talk shit
assume
on
that people talk shit on me, and it's like if it's a friend of mine talking shit on me, it's like, yeah, you're letting off steam. I don't take it. I don't take that shit personally. I just think it's like I think people try too hard to like seem like they're good people, and I think it's like it's a lie that they do that. So
Vic, quickly, what are you looking for in a friendship?
I won't be quickly, but no, the inner monologue thing though is very big for me because like I have that always going in my head where it's almost intrusive in conversations where I'm like talking to myself. I don't know what I don't know, so I should get that looked at. But I like that being able to understand that and be patient with that. And
Doug,
I like the honesty thing, but it also is nice to have a friend that hates the same stuff you hate.
Oh,
there you go.
Talk
Yes.
shit.
It's
Mine
kind
is
of a talk
total
shitting kind of
total obedience.
Ass kissing.
All right, let's end on
Great
that.
show today, Tim.
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
Kissing ass.
yes, boss.
Yes.
That was really good question. That was really good.
I think it's a great question. That's why he's a super caller, a super zoomer, Gus.
Super zoomer.
Yeah, we have a new
Thank you,
category. Super zoomer.
Thanks,
And
Okay, good. Want another one?
no, I don't want another one. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Brett, you're still tickets for Monday or no?
Monday, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
tickets on
still
Monday. Yeah.
tickets.
Come along.
If you're in LA, you
where
might
are you
see
playing
me.
at
Or
the
London.
Smell?
Or if you're in London on
The smell.
the smelter.
We could get you a gig at the smell. No, where's it at?
The Fonda in LA, and then Shepherd's Bush Empire in London.
Nice.
Nice.
And Robin, what do you have to promote?
Oh, just go on Instagram, Robin Tran 04. I'll just be shit posting for a while, you know. Like, for real, I'm pretty good at shit posting.
Yes.
Posting comedy clips of mine and stuff.
Yes.
And Robin Tran backup on Twitter, which is like not a big account anymore. So.
No.
Yep.
No one's looking at that.
No one.
How long does Twitter have, do you think?
Oh, like I don't know, a couple months.
I think by the end of the year it's done?
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to survive this little storm.
Oh, I think it's going away.
You do?
I think he'll jump ship, and then someone will buy it, and then it'll tank.
And then
It'll turn into Funny or Die or one of these places that used to do something.
Everyone's going to go back to MySpace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I had a blast this morning. Thanks again for coming in.
Thanks, Tim.
You're an
Thanks,
absolute
thanks
treasure.
everyone. It's so fun.
You're a treat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Holy Trinity. Thank you, Olivia, for the breaking news, and Wes and Luke and Carson manning the Zoom room remotely and all the work he does. We'll see you next week for another show.
Yay.
Saturdays are for the boys.
But others hearing this may find
Overjoyed.
things they would argue.